true Biafran. MAZI NNAMDI uniquely brings to you, Radio Biafra live broadcast by the eminent Supreme Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. The Director of Radio Biafra. And the Supreme Commander of the Armies of Biafra. MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The evening broadcast, live, and direct, on the 9th day of August, 2013. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Browse Biafran restoration websites at www.ipob.org, and radiobiafra.co. Also browse our website at www.biafran.org, to learn more about Biafra history. Visit our YouTube channel more often for the very best of Biafran videos. Enjoy it.
Wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are on this planet, we are welcoming you to today's edition of the News Hour, coming to you live and direct from the studios of Radio Biafra here in London. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I happen to be the host and director of Radio Biafra by the grace of God, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra, on this day, the 9th day of August in the year of our Lord 2013. As always, we are welcoming you by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, even good night to some people, because Radio Biafra, unlike any other coming out of the sub-Saharan region of Africa, is listened to in every country of the world, in every village, in every community, wherever you have a gathering of Biafran people, those led by the Spirit, those touched, those whom the Holy Spirit visited to reveal Biafra to them. They are gathered around their various devices listening to Radio Biafra this evening. You'll be receiving us via www.radiobiafra.co, via biliahumanrights.co, people of Biafra, biliahumanrights.org, people of Biafra.org, and indigenous people of Biafra.org. Please, as always, some of you have been working excellently well, and we'll tell you why in a minute. When we give you instructions on Radio Biafra, please try and do half of it, even half. You will see how beneficial that will be. That is why we are asking you this evening, this afternoon, this morning, this night, even early in the morning for some people, tell your friends and family. Never get tired of telling them that you're listening to Radio Biafra. Put it on your wall, put it on your Facebook page, on any platform that you're on, BlackBerry, WhatsApp. Tell your friends, I am listening to, all you need to do is to change your profile to say, I am listening to Radio Biafra. And if you want to join me, go to www.radiobiafra.co. If you want to be a part of our conversation later on, which we encourage all our new listeners to please try and call in, and also existing ones as well. We value all your contribution. Radio Biafra is your radio station because you own it, you finance it, you keep Radio Biafra on the air. That is why we welcome your views, your opinion. What we are doing here is what you want us to do. We are going to prove that today. That what you tell us at Radio Biafra is what we do. We are here to carry out your bidding. As long as where we are going to is the Republic of Biafra, a sovereign nation under God, without any interference, without any undue influence, without any deportation, without any killing, without any bombing, without any deprivation. We want a country where men and women will be equal before God and before man, as it used to be in the past. We are not only here to preach the redemption of Biafra, the coming of this wonderful country, which is what God himself ordained. We are here to make that passage very smooth. We are here to enlighten, to inform, to educate, and to make sure that our singular mission, which we unapologetically present to the world every evening, is the realization, is the restoration of Biafra in truth and honesty. We are not wavering, because here at Radio Biafra, all of us, bar none, we know that we are not going to surrender. It is either we get Biafra or we die trying to get Biafra. On this very platform, every evening at 7 p.m. we congregate, because Biafra is our religion. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship. And Chukwu Abiyama, Chukwu Okike, the creator of the universe, is our God. That is why we don't apologize to anybody. We wear Biafra on our hearts, on our sleeves, unashamedly. People should be apologizing to us, not us apologizing to them. Once again, wherever you are, we welcome you. I am also delighted to say that we have Carol Monday in the studios of Radio Biafra today, which MFO was with us yesterday, including Barrister Mezu. And also our dear sister Chidera has also joined us, our newsreader, our newscaster. Hopefully very soon she'll be able to appear on television as well. Who knows? We are working very hard. Trust me, we are working exceptionally hard to make sure that our march towards Biafra is seamless. We also have the very eminent barrister and attorney of law, and attorney at law, I must say, Barrister Mezu, who is also with us. He will be joining us later. Please, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, we welcome you that this is your radio station. This is Radio Biafra. We welcome you. We say, wherever you are, please wait for what we have to present to you this evening, because it's packed. And when the time comes, you should be able to join us on the phone. Please, I'll go to Carol now to please say hello to all of you before we go to bring you our news headlines and accompanying news roundup, please.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to everybody in the world, in all their time zones. We know it's 11:30 in the morning in India, 2 o'clock in the morning in Malaysia and China, so we've got them out of bed, and middle of the day in New York and Canada, it's only like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're welcome to everybody in the world, and we know that you've set your alarm clocks for this, and I'm hoping that when the new app comes out that we have an alarm built in there, because this is the important show of the evening, although we will be going 24 hours at that very shortly. Welcome everybody, and it's nice to hear from you all tonight.
Thank you. We are looking forward to hearing from everybody, all of you who want to call. Please, if we call you, you stay where you are on Skype. If you're on hold on Skype, stay where you are. If you're calling from the UK, where it's very cheap to call other mobile phones because some of you are on contracts, if we put you on hold, do not go away. If your phone is reading hold or you're on hold on Skype, don't go away. We'll come back to you. All we are merely doing is stacking up the calls, so we know who called, when they called, so we can come back to you one after the other. And when you call Radio Biafra, you turn your system down, or you turn it very, very low, or you turn it off in its entirety. You will hear your voice and our voice, please. When we finish our conversation, you can then go back to listen to the contributions of other people. If you love your voice so much and you want to hear it, please go back and download the podcast. Go even send it to your friends, and you can email it to them, you can inbox them. Anything you want to do, you can do with it, please. You can also go back and listen to your own wonderful voice later. But when you're on air with us, because we're broadcasting to the whole world, please, we want to keep it very civil. We want you to come, say what you want to say. Give us maybe only 2 minutes of your time. That's all we're asking for, so we can go to other people to take their calls as well. Let us go to Chidera, please. I'm not asking you to give us your name, please. Greet our wonderful people who are in every country on this earth today listening to Radio Biafra, please.
Hello, wonderful people of Biafra. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to wherever you are on the time zone on this planet. I'm welcoming you to today's edition of the broadcast from here in Tennessee, United States.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I don't know if we have Barrister Mezu with us. Is that correct? Barrister, are you with us? This is Radio Biafra. Are you with us?
Yes, Director, I'm here.
Please say hello to our good listeners all over the world, please, if you may.
Good evening, friends, well wishes, and Radio Biafra, and all our associates. We are here again today, a new day. You're welcome to today's edition.
Thank you very, very much. That is the voice of Barrister Imam Mezu, who is a barrister and also a very accomplished attorney at law here in the United Kingdom. All of you, all over the world, we are welcoming you once again. This is your radio station, this is your platform, and we do what you ask us to do. Please, Chidera, if you please, will be kind enough to give us the news headlines on this day, the 9th day of August in the year of our Lord, 2013. The time has just come to 10 minutes past the hour of 7 p.m. here in London, please. The news headlines and accompanying news summary, please, if you may.
The news headlines. Peter will be accused of playing politics with relocation. Orji Zokalo abandoned threat to sue Fashola. Goodbye to filthy Lagos Airport. Welcome Enugu International Airport on 24th August 2013. They want to kill us. Please help. Ohaneze Igbo Kanu begs Nigerian police. Violence, rape and mayhem in Yoruba land as mobs sack monarchs from their palaces. And lastly, dead bodies of Nigerian policemen in uniforms abandoned in government mortuary. Now the news in detail. A coalition of civil society groups has accused Governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, of attempting to play politics with the lives of destitutes recently returned to the state by the Lagos State government. Condemning Obi at a press conference on Wednesday in Lagos, the coalition said Obi had decided to take on the Lagos State government even when he knows that the latter met the requirements for relocating the people. It also alleged that the relocation, which Governor Obi branded deportation, is a sign that his administration has failed to care for the people to the extent he inflated the total number of destitutes to earn the sympathy of Nigerians. We have patiently listened to the discourse, which has shifted remarkably from the sublime to the ridiculous, with the consideration for the vulnerable people or the fragile unity of the country and the sensitivity of the different ethnic groups in Nigeria. The coalition led by Comrade Abiodun Sowunmi wrote in a statement, "The trajectory of the contributions is aimed at subverting what seemed to be a reasonable course of action taken by Lagos State government. Further, a more appalling dimension is the deliberate politicization of the plight of the vulnerable Nigerians by Governor Peter Obi and notable PDP leaders such as Chief Ebenezer Babatope. The Lagos State government claimed it referred 14 people who identified themselves as indigenes of Anambra State to a meeting point at Onitsha, Anambra State, with the full knowledge of the Anambra State government. But Obi has denied this and petitioned President Goodluck Jonathan over the issue. On reaching the venue at about 3 a.m. in what now seemed a deliberate ploy to score a political mileage ahead of 2013 Anambra State gubernatorial, thereby appealing to the many voters of Igbo extraction residents in Lagos State, the Anambra government officials were nowhere to be found to receive the vulnerable persons. Following the clamor for action over the humiliating and disgraceful deportation of Igbos from Lagos to Onitsha, the former governor of Abia State, Mr. Orji Okalo, issued a press release which was widely carried, vowing to institute legal action against Governor Fashola of Lagos State, who set up the deportation regime. Upon his return to Nigeria, the same Orji Okalo is now singing a different, more consolatory tune. No doubt, having assessed the situation, especially his business interests in Lagos, he has come to the realization that he is in fact impotent in the face of the concerted Yoruba attack against Igbo people. His purported leadership of Igbo through his newly founded socio-political, cultural 2016 Igbo presidency group, Njiko Igbo, appears to have come to a premature end at the first term test of his resolve as a leader. Odumegwu Onwume writes, "It is good to live in harmony and happiness." These were the words coming from an ex-governor of Abia State, Dr. Orji Okalo, when a select of journalists approached him on the return from Zimbabwe, where he had gone to observe that country's election under the patronage of African Union's observer team. The usual misery and humiliation associated with international travel from filthy Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos may be a thing of the past if the proposed first international flight scheduled to take off from Enugu to Addis Ababa goes ahead smoothly on August the 24th. It will represent a history-making moment for Biafrans at the heart of government in Nigeria when the first international flight takes off from the Akanu-Biam International Airport, Enugu. Deputy President of the Senate, Ike Madu, yesterday commended the President, Goodluck Jonathan's administration for making it possible for the Akanu-Biam International Airport to commence international flight operations. Ike Madu gave the commendation against the background of the scheduled commencement of international flights at the airport on August 24 by Ethiopian Airlines. Other airlines, including Emirates and Turkish Airlines, would soon commence operations at the airport. Threat to life by unknown persons and harassment by DPO Norman's Land Police Station, Kano State. Ohaneze Igbo Kano has written to the law enforcement agencies in Nigeria pleading for protection. This is what they wrote. "I hereby write to inform you of the strange phone calls and threat text messages I received from unknown persons since on Thursday 1st of August 2013 at about 1:44 a.m. Thursday, a text message was sent into my GSM line and it goes thus: "Very soon, your chapter will close if you don't run. Be warned." Sir, the above quoted text message came from +234 818 0689 050 and no name was given. Few hours later, an unknown number started calling me. The number called me for about 20 times the same Thursday. The caller introduced himself as Dagogo. He said he is a member of a gang which has been mandated to kill me by persons he refused to disclose. According to the stranger caller, Dagogo, they were paid to assassinate me because of my outspokenness, but he elected to advise me to run because there is grand conspiracy to kill me. Before these strange threats, on Wednesday, July 31st, 2013, the police on the orders of the Divisional Police Officer, DPO, Norman's Land Police Station, Kano, started a manhunt for me. One Abdul Sharid, who introduced himself as a police officer, called and inquired of my whereabouts. When I tried to find out why he was looking for me, he said the DPO Bello instructed him to get me to the station, and I politely told him that I was busy attending to relatives of some of the wounded victims of Monday, 29 July 2013 multiple blasts in Sabongari area of Kano. From that same Thursday, I started getting phone calls from close friends informing me that DPO Bello was looking for me everywhere, saying that there were orders from above to arrest me. When I put a call to the Commissioner of Police, Musta Daura, to know if he was aware of what was happening, he simply screamed at me and hung off. I was later told that on Friday, 2nd August 2013, policemen from Norman's Land Police Station, Sabongari, Kano, brought a letter to number 2 New Road, Sabongari, Kano, Secretariat of Ohaneze Igbo, Kano State Chapter, inviting me for a meeting on Saturday, August 3rd, 2013 at 9:30 a.m. and unfortunately I was already out of town for official engagement. As a responsible and law-abiding citizen who also has a value for my own life, I decided to take this step and use this medium to inform you of what is happening, as I have watched this trend of events since the bomb blast which rocked Sabongari, Kano a couple of weeks ago. Sir, I hope that this matter will be fully investigated because to the best of my knowledge, I have not committed any crime and I have never in my life engaged in criminal activities. And as the president of MAZI NNAMDI Kanu State Chapter and President General, leaders of ethnic communities, committed residents in Kanu State, I have been in the forefront to speak on behalf of my people. My worry remains that the police, who I would have naturally run to over threats to my life by unknown persons, are equally looking for me for a reason best known to them, which they will not disclose to me. I only hope that you can use your good office to investigate the actions of DPO Bello so that he can make public the crimes I have committed and expose the people behind the orders from above to arrest me. Thank you, sir, and I sincerely wait for action. Yours faithfully, Honorable Chief Tobias Michael Onyemechi Itika, President of MAZI NNAMDI Kanu State Chapter. Lawlessness in Yoruba land in the southwest region of Nigeria took a deadly twist over the weekend when local youths numbering about 10 invaded the palace of the Olu Ibokoda in the oil-rich Ilade Council area of Ondo State. Oba Afolobi Odijomo said that the mobs sacked his family members and destroyed his abode. They also allegedly raped some girls in the houses of some of the chiefs. The family members of the traditional ruler who were in the palace were reportedly whisked away, while the Oba was said to be away to Lagos when the ugly incident happened. Reports had it that the invasion and attack on the palace was a reprisal attack by the hoodlums who had come to revenge the death of one of them. Working or killing for Nigeria in the name of law enforcement, it appears, has no reward in the country that calls itself the giant of Africa. The customary public outcry now associated with the daily mass slaughter in the country, and especially that of the untimely death of over 120 uniformed and ununiformed men and women of Nigerian security forces on May 7, 2013 en route to Egon community to arrest and or kill the leader of the Ombatse prayer group, Legago, may have not settled according to 247ureports.com. The reports find Nasarawa State political leadership and especially the governor of Nasarawa State complicit in the death of the policemen. Sources inside the government specialist hospital in Lafayette revealed that following the violent crisis of May 7, 2013 at the Egon community, that the corpses brought to the hospital had been identified and claimed by the family members and by the respective law enforcement units that lost their agents. One of the sources revealed further that at the end of the exercise, that 30 more corpses in police uniforms remained unclaimed and or abandoned by the supposed owners of the corpses. Those are the news of today, 9th of August 2013. Over to you, Director.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much for the news that you brought to us today. For those just joining us for the very first time, I welcome you that this is Radio Biafra broadcasting from London. We do this every evening, 7 to 9 p.m. or sometimes 7 to 10 p.m. depending on the volume of calls we're getting and depending on the stories we are covering and the level of interest we are also getting as well. This is your radio station. This is the only radio station publicly owned by all the Biafran people. This is the only institution owned by the Biafran people anywhere on this planet. And Kalago Cement Factory is gone. Ceramics Somewhere has gone. Golden Guinea Breweries Limited is gone. All the industries built by the great and the good, ostensibly Dr. Michael Opara and Mbakwe is all gone. This is the only thing that we have. That is why we speak the truth. That is why we will defend it with our life if need be. That is why we are also welcoming you from wherever you are on this one to say that you are right at home. This is the only place where you get the truth because we are whiter than white. We are even whiter than snow itself. We are incorruptible. We make bold to say. Please, Chidera, thank you for what you have presented to us, which doesn't make a very palatable reading at all, but we'll try to make sense of what we are being presented with this evening. The Yoruba people have spoken. We have responded. And what are we going to do about our love affair with Lagos? Why do we love Yoruba people so much that we want to copy everything that they do? Why do we copy them so much? What is it about them that is so special? That's people, the children of God himself. Our behavior reminds me of the people in the Bible who we are clamoring all the time. Please, God, make us like other people. We want to worship idol like other people. And God kept restraining them. They even said, give us kings. We want to be like them. What is wrong with us as a people? That we don't understand, as my mother would say when we are small. She will call you and say, When somebody is blinking at you, when somebody don't want you, you don't stay there. Why are we like this? This level of insult took another twist today. Let us begin to read what they are saying about us as a people. The first news represented is a group of people. The importance of media, we always underplay. Our people don't know the essence of media, the means through which you propagate your own story. I am very, very grateful to Chimamanda Adichie for the interview she gave to a television station in Louisiana. Somebody kindly sent it to me. Thank you to the listener that sent it to me. I watched it. It is about the importance of telling your own story. You don't tell your own story by akoki for you. You sit around with the kids in the dining area of your house. And no. The world must hear it. That is what we're here to do. That is why we commend her for the work she has done. And before her, Chinua Achebe, for the excellent work that they did. Not only to place us on the literary map, but to make sure that the word and the name Biafra lives eternally. As long as men and women read, they will learn about Biafra. A group came up and wrote what they called a press release. The reason why we are touching upon this news is to remind our people the role that media plays. Because Radio Biafra is not just here to talk about politics. How, of course, getting Biafra is important, but making sure that the collective psyche of the people going to get Biafra is finely tuned to understand the environment, understand their surroundings, and be able to adapt accordingly. They released this particular statement claiming that a coalition of civil society groups, if you read this entire press release, they did not mention one of those groups. This is probably a Yoruba person in a Molbe bus along Gosho the Papa Express Road, typing something on his or her BlackBerry, sent to the new media houses, and they carried it all over the place. But that is not what is of importance to us. Let us go to what the Yoruba people are. The reason why we are like this is this. When the Yoruba person says something, the entire Yoruba media will carry it, fanning it and giving it legitimacy and relevance. So our people who don't have their own, poor wretched Igbo people in Lagos, poor wretched Biafrans all over Nigeria, they'll be looking at Yoruba and say, oh my God, I'm doing very well. I want to be like them. It doesn't please me at all to be saying this, but I am very, very demoralized that our people don't understand that there is something in the Western world they call class. When they say that somebody has class, it means no more for. It means you have pride, you have dignity, you have honor, you have self-respect for yourself. Our people dance to all this nonsense, the music being played by Yoruba people. Let us see what they're telling us so we understand it in simple English language. So that the fools who are there today trying to cover up lagoons and try to develop uninhabitable areas of Lagos may know the contempt in which their host communities hold them in. This is by somebody, I don't know what his name is, but he's a very prominent Yoruba person. He's writing for Yoruba people. Before he wrote, he got permission from Afeni Fere to say this. That is why every major network is carrying it. Every major Yoruba-owned network is carrying it. Why do we exist as a people? Those of us in Radio Biafra is to make sure that our voices will be heard. They listen to us more than they listen to them, of course, because Radio Biafra is listened to in every country of the world. Some people are coming to interview us tomorrow from Germany. Very important people. They said they love what Radio Biafra is doing. These are not Biafrans, but we won't tell you who they are. We are meeting them tomorrow 11 a.m. in the morning. That is to say that the work we are doing is going to everywhere, every corner of the globe. This man is saying that we should permit him a second to make a final and raging contribution to the debate about our deportation from Lagos. What this man is saying in effect is that I have never heard of a Yoruba wanting to give the impression to the world that he's an Igbo or an Ejo or an Efik or a Hausa Fulani, or claiming that he is the co-owner of Port Harcourt, Enugu, Calabar, Kanu or Kaduna. Yet, more often than not, some of those that are not of Yoruba extraction, by which he means Igbo people, that have lived in Lagos for some part of their lives, have tried to claim that they are bona fide Lagosians and honorary members of the Yoruba race. Kempare Kanka. There is no insult. I can't continue to read this thing. There is no insult greater than this. So all of you in Lagos have been pretending you are Yoruba. You want to be like them. No wonder they're insulting us and deporting us. Your hopelessness in Lagos is bringing shame and dishonor to all of us. The more you go and cover up a pit in Lagos and build your house, you think they love you? You think you're doing very well. You are bringing shame and humiliation to your people. This is the way that people who are not worthy to be our neighbors, this is the way they're talking to us because of the stupidity of a very few of you. Lagos and the Southwest are the land and the patrimony of the Yoruba, and we will not allow anyone, no matter how fond of them we may be, to take it away from us or share it with us in the name of being nice, patriotism, one Nigeria, or anything else. Yorubas are telling you they don't believe in one Nigeria. Time will come when if somebody says one Nigeria to you and is a Biafran person, you should suffocate that person, kill that person, poison that person. God will understand. Yorubas are telling you that they themselves don't even believe in one Nigeria. It's not our word. That's what they have said. Not us saying it, not Radio Biafra. Not the editorial board. It is not the editorial board decision to announce this. It's coming direct from Yoruba people. The day that the Yorubas are allowed to lay claim to exactly the same rights and privileges that the indigenous people in non-Yoruba states and zones enjoy, and the day that they can operate freely and become commissioners and governors in the Niger Delta states, the North, the Middle Belt and the Southeast, we may reconsider our position. But up until then, we shall not do so. Lagos is not a no man's land, but the land and the heritage of the Yoruba people. Others should not try to claim what is not theirs. I will continue. As I said elsewhere recently, to be accommodating and generous is a mark of civilization. Yorubas are not civilized because they accommodate us. Some foolish Igbo people say, Igbo land cannot take all of us. Let us spread out. We are more than England. Yet England is housing over 50 million people. Look at what they're doing to us. They are now more civilized than we are. Of course, you can blame them. They have media, and we don't. But of course, we do have Radio Biafra, which is the difference. As I said elsewhere, this man is saying, as he said elsewhere, recently, to be accommodating and generous is the mark of civilization, and it comes easily to people that once had empires, telling us that we Igbos don't have empires. This is what they're saying to us. Amazing. The reason why many of our people take strong exception to the apparent outrage of the Igbo over this deportation issue and the provocative comments of my friend and brother Chifoju Zokalo when he described Lagos as being a no man's land is because the Igbo have not only taken us for granted, but they have also taken liberty for license. I don't know how I could possibly continue reading this. He mentioned Ojo Zokalo. He is now insulting us. Let us see what Ojo Zokalo has to say in response. He's been running all over the place saying he's doing Njiko Igbo or Ihonanyandi Igbo. Nobody knows what it is anymore. Let us see what he's saying. This man traveled to Zimbabwe. He came back. Upon his return to Nigeria, the same Ojo Zokalo told us that before he left, I don't know if people read it, he said, "Oh, I am going to sue Fashola. I will sue him." People were hailing him that Igbo Renaissance is coming, as usual. And we told you are all wasting your time. We know that Anya Mandi or Foma, we know them very well. We know where they come. We know who they are. They will always let you down. As night follows day, they will let you down. That is why every blessed morning, every blessed night, our prayer is very simple. Lord God, Jehovah, keep us focused on what we are doing. Chukwu abiyama biko. Bless our every endeavor to accomplish the restoration of Biafra in truth and honesty, that men may know that you are God. Look at what this man has done since he came back. Upon his return to Nigeria, the same Ojo Zokalo who told us that he will sue Fashola is now singing a different, more conciliatory tune. He has looked at his business interest in that same Lagos and decided that it is far more reasonable and sensible for him to do something about it. And what is it that he's going to do? What does he propose to do? He said, and I quote, that he regretted that Nigeria has become a place where individualism plays a lot of roles in lieu of collectivism. He is bemoaning the fact that reports went rampant that his kinsmen were deported from Lagos State by the Governor Baudine Fashola administration, although he has said in his comments from faraway country and condemned the action in its entirety and threatened to go to court with the government in the event that it refuses to apologize to Igbo. This is Judge Okale saying that Fashola must apologize to Igbo people. Carlo said, after condemning the act, that a lot of dignitaries, especially of the Yoruba descent, sent in messages to him and besieged him not to take action yet, pending when they must have investigated the matter to its root cause, as any action he can take would further heat up the polity, as they say, and when the country is in dire need of peace. It was a matter, Carlos said, he has listened to them since he is a man of peace. Now he's a man of peace, but has not swept the matter under the carpet. This is the problem we have as a race and as a people. We have said it on Radio Biafra before, we'll say it again. Maybe because we broadcast in English language. When you are a servant of your people, when you are defending the honor, that is something called honor. When you are defending the honor of your people, there are two things you need: a philosophy and an ideology. Every ideology you have must be founded on a type of reasoning. That way of thinking is called a philosophy. You must have come to an idea having thought about it. If you want to serve your people, if you want to get independence for your people, you need those two things to be in tandem: philosophical and ideological consistency. You don't change. You don't change. That thing you're saying in the morning, you're saying in the afternoon, you're saying in the evening. It is called value judgment. Before you say anything, you weigh the consequences. Not just the immediate, you weigh it for time to come. And ask yourself, can I stand on this thing I'm saying even the next 10, 15, 20 years? Jose Okalo has fallen by the wayside. He has written the handwriting on the wall. And as the coward that he is now fleeing. This is just a microcosm, a very tiny aspect of what we are facing in that country. An Igbo man says something and everybody is shouting, yes, 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 they have come, we are going to do something. He goes to the back and says he's a man of peace. Is Fashola a man of peace, deporting people that claim they are from the same country as him? He started the war. You are the victim. Your relatives are the ones being deported, being humiliated. We are the ones being bombed, the ones being killed, the ones being starved up until today. Blessed with the angels of death in the shape of the 5 governors we have. And you're saying today you're a man of peace. Why didn't you tell those emissaries that came to you to go and return the deportees back to Lagos, or to go and resettle them appropriately? He didn't say that. He went on to say that Nigerians should know that they can no longer continue to live with sentiments. He advised the citizens to always see peace and the rule of law as the hallmarks of coexistence for the common good of the country, which the forebears lived to protect, even to the detriment of many of them. And people call this man an Igbo leader. Anyways, people fathered by Hausa people. They are the ones that can support this type of... He's a joker. It's a disgrace. It's a shame that these people made money from contracts or by sleeping with northerners. I don't know what they do, these men in the north. If they sleep with their fellow men, that is their business. This is exactly how, when little Yoruba children are insulting us every blessed day, those with access to the media, because when Radio Biafra writes, they can't publish it. The interviews I give, they can't publish it, because if they publish it, they will close the newspapers down. They come here and they insult us. That is the news we're presenting today. The news is quite many, but the humiliation continues. They are telling us that Lagos is not a no man's land. It's not your place. Go to your place. That's what they're telling you. You want to be Yoruba? You're a Lagosian. You want to turn into a Yoruba person that you're not. Go to Enugu and live, or go to Aba, go to Umuahia. Go to Akokwa, go to Njikoka, go to Ihiala, go to Uli. We can build it, and we're going to build it. We'll build it in such a way that even our own brothers and sisters in the US will look for visa to come in. Those not joining us in this struggle, they will look for visa to come in. Sometimes I enjoy it. The more enemies we have to fight, the more enjoyable the fight is. Because we are not fighting on our own. We are on the path of righteousness. We are on the path of good. And we have God behind us, not man. And it will be a surprise to all of them when we prevail upon the gates of hell. We will defeat these people, all of them, one after the other. Regardless of how numerous they are, we have something that they don't have. They want to live to enjoy all their wealth in the world. For us, we are not afraid of death. We are dead already anyway. If you're a slave, you're dead. I am a slave in England. This is not my country. I do not wish to live here. I want to go back to my land and be able to build it, to make it better than any civilization before now. They will try to stop us, no doubt, and we want them to. But we are also going to overcome all of them. That is the news headlines, the news accompanying news summary and our analysis today. First of all, before I go to Carol and to Chidera, I will go to Barrister Mammezu himself to tell us what he makes of what he's hearing this evening and the news we are presenting that says that we speak one thing in the morning, in the evening we change our tune, which is why people cannot trust Radio Biafra enough to fund a transmitter for us. That is why people go to Portugal to go and give them $1 million when we are looking for £50,000 to buy a transmitter. That is why we speak in the morning, we will fight Yoruba people, and in the evening, what do? We do nothing. Please, Barrister, if you're there, give us your opinion.
Yes, Director, there are quite a lot of things to say, a lot of things to analyze. Our brothers and some of our sisters who believe that Lagos should be their land, well, we've told them that we've been singing songs about those who are in the north, and they are killing them. The Yorubas are just firing some warning shots. Very soon, killing will start. My happiness in all this news is the airport in Enugu, the international airport in Enugu, for the very first time in our lives, that we take off from here instead of landing in Lagos, the no man's land. We will land in our own land, where we know and where we own. Once that airport starts in Enugu, goodbye to Lagos. I've been going straight home. It takes me maybe about 2 hours to arrive in a way. And these are the kind of things we are, for a very long time, waiting for. Let's give Jonathan good luck, some kind of thanks to at least this one. Remember the bridge he wants to build, but there will be a toll gate in order to contribute, in order to build our villages around us. Oil coming from our own land, but we have to contribute to build a bridge. But thank him at least for the airport that is coming on very soon. Let's touch on this particular issue and hear what others will say. Thank you, Director.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Yes, Carol, what do you make of what we are presenting, please? What do you make of it?
Yes, I'm reading the news today. It makes me laugh that Ohanza got the Boko Haram Hausa style of eviction phone call.
It's called Ohaneze.
Oh, so I do apologise. You're going to pull me up every day now because my
yeah, go ahead.
My Igbo is not that good. But yeah, he got the Boko Haram Hausa style of eviction. This is what they do. They send you this warning on, and then they say, yes, you know, we're coming. So he's finally got it. I wanted to know whether he put a check in with that letter that he wrote to the Nigerians, because that is the only way that they're going to come out and help him, because he hasn't done anything to help the rest of the people. It's not just them, is it? He hasn't in Canada. He didn't tell them to go home like we've been telling you. It's happening everywhere. The same thing in Delta again today. It seems that every day, you know, we warned you. I warned you about Delta myself. It wasn't just something that we did on RBL. I cried out and said, this is the way they'll come through Delta and River State. And I said it yesterday, and I'm seeing it again today. More violence, more rape, as the mobs are coming up now through Delta and Rivers, and they're in Igbo land. And you know, you've got to come out of there. You've got to come back to Biafra land. Lagos, you know, they say if you lie with dogs you catch fleas, and that's what's happening down there. Every proud Biafran needs to come out of Lagos, because eventually you're going to be evicted anyway. If they've already started, get out of there. Let's go back to Biafra land and stand.
Thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone. Your name and where you are, please.
I'm Naija calling from Ghana.
Yeah. What is your name? What is your full name?
Naija.
Okay, you're calling from Ghana. Where are you from in Biafra land? Where is your village in Biafra land?
I'm from Aguleri, Cambo.
Aguleri, please go ahead. The world is listening. This is Radio Biafra.
I thank God for a good job.
Thank you.
We are waiting for this thing.
Thank you. So you are in Ghana, yes? You say you're in Ghana?
Yes.
Which part of Ghana are you in Accra or Takoradi? That is wonderful. This is Radio Biafra. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We are waiting for this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Give us the definition. Thank you. Thank you. Very well, we are listening to you. Don't do something about it. Okay, what do you intend to do? What do you intend to do about it? What do you intend to do about it? You are upset. Yes, very well, I can hear you. Yes. That is correct.
Adam was interested in and Adam asked for it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Adam happy for this. And then I said to Chile, and
amen. We say amen. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes.
No.
Yes.
And then I went to the balloon again. I'm going to go and then I know.
Yes, go ahead.
Welcome to the state. Now, Naija bridge in Kenya, Lokoja. Now,
that is true. I agree with you. I agree with you. Yes, amen.
And
Yes, we are together with them. They are waiting for us. We are the ones stopping. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. We take your advice on board, which is welcome. It is welcome. Let's go to Skype and see who is there. This is Radio Biafra. Please turn your system down. Give us your name and where you are, please. Can you hear me? No, they can't hear us. Let us go and see if, I'm sure we had Barrister Mamezu and also Chidera. We need to see what her contribution is. Chidera, what do you make of what the news that you're presenting and what you've heard so far, please? Can you hear me? No, she can't. This is Radio Biafra. Give us your name and where you are, please. Your name and where you are.
Good evening, Nnamdi. I can hear you, yeah.
Go ahead, please. This is Radio
I can hear
Biafra.
you. I can hear you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's been a quiet time. I try to call, but I think people are also interested in calling. You see, these things that are happening, I can see the handwork of God, like our brother just said. You know, nobody ever believed that in the future, like today, that Lagos State, the pronounced Lagos State will actually deport. I mean, how can you deport someone from in his own country? It's not possible. It's not done anywhere, which means that's telling you that God, you know, God works in a mysterious way. It tells you that the Igbos are not Nigerians.
Yes.
That's why they are being deported. I want you to understand it. You cannot be deported unless if you are from another country. Which means the Igbo is so clear, but people don't know it. But God works in a mysterious way. It has happened, and this thing, people are not seeing it from the way they know I'm seeing it, but I know that God works in a mysterious way. That's why Igbos are being deported from the so-called Nigerian country. That's the country called Nigeria, in a state called Lagos. So that's the beginning. Now they've discovered oil in Sokoto. The others have said they don't want to use the oil now, but they want the people to go into farming. That later in life that they will now start drilling the oil or whatever they want to do. Why can't they separate the country right now since they found the oil? The so-called billionaires, they are dependent on the oil in the Biafran land. But I can tell you something: the Americans, they've discovered oil. And I think within the next 5 or 10 years, they will start drilling and they will start selling oils to the rest of the world. Between now and next 10 years, they have discovered oil there. They will start doing it, defining it, and then selling it to people, which means they will not buy Nigerian oil anymore. I mean, so God works in a mysterious way. Today in Israel, they found oil as well.
Today?
So, yeah, no, it's not even today. I mean, but 3 months ago or something.
That is correct, yes.
I'm aware of that.
Yes,
they have oil there right now.
They do. That is true.
They have oil right now. So so things will continue to happen. It might happen faster than you and I think. Nobody knew. I know each time we're flying back, always I have to fly to Lagos. They have to buy a ticket and keep for me. The cars will go to Enugu, and I have to now fly to, then you now start driving down to wherever you want to go. But today there is international airport. It was not. They didn't want to do it. Nobody wanted to do it. It was not in the plan in that country called Nigeria. It was never in the plan to make Enugu International Airport. But somehow, because God works in a mysterious way, even though Jonathan maybe he never wanted to do it, but he had no option because God works in a mysterious way. I can assure you, the port. The port we are clamoring for, before you know it, there will be a port there. All these things, we say, we are thinking of 2015. It might happen before 2015. God works in a mysterious way. He works in a mysterious way. Some people, they are just dependent because they made money from the north and all that. Yes, they made money because they made money. Of course, people made money from America and other places, but then you have to come back to your land. Biafra is the land. Today, I was watching a program in Al Jazeera. They were talking about the former African leaders. They made it. They showed a map. It was funny. I wanted to take a picture of it, but I couldn't get it. They made a picture and also wrote Biafra because they made a commentary on what happened, how the French tried to help Biafra. It was today. Well, I think it's still that I can even visit and
to help you out a bit, my brother. They showed it last night. And our brother that made this thing possible in the United Arab Emirates, I spoke to him this afternoon. He rang to speak to me. You see, that is when we ask you to do something, do it. There is something in it. We told everybody to write. It was started by our brother, I think is Elisha Obinna Michael from Malaysia, who started it by writing to VOA. And I saw it and I said, maybe this is a very good idea, that we should contact media houses where we are. Keep bombarding them. That something will come out of it. Lo and behold, not up to 24 hours. Al Jazeera has shown that same particular piece of documentary 2 times. They showed it last night after our broadcast last night, and they showed it again today. Somebody rang as I was driving back from the studio yesterday to say that, are you watching Al Jazeera? I said, you must be. What are you talking about? He said, Al Jazeera is now showing Biafra, how the French people helped Biafra. Because people don't understand. Yorubas won't do this thing for you. If not for the work that everybody is doing, the listeners, everybody connected with Radio Biafra, this thing would not have happened. If we ask you to do something, and leave the rest to us, you see what will happen. It's as simple as that. Give us a transmitter, you see what will happen. In 6 months' time, if there is no revolution in that place, you hang me. If we ask you to do something, just do that thing and see what will happen. What is happening today? Now, Biafra has gone into Al Jazeera library. On a regular basis, they will film, they'll tell the world about it. Do you know how many people around the world are listening to it today and watched it on Al Jazeera? How many people did that today? How many? Just because one person listened to Radio Biafra from the United Arab Emirates and decided to pursue Al Jazeera until they showed something about Biafra. And it happened. That is what we want everybody to do. Don't let BBC sleep. Don't let Channel 4 sleep. Don't let ABS or whatever they call them in America, Fox News, anywhere you are in the world, continue every day bombarding them, keep resending that same email, keep asking them why not.
If I tell you, personally, on my own, because my job is battery online, so I'm always there when I'm working. There are computers, there are TV everywhere. All right, I follow everything that happens in the world. I follow them and I try to do the best I can for my country, where I come from. I'm proud of where I come from. I speak 4 languages, that's not my problem. I keep telling them this is where I come from. And you know the Europeans, of course, you know how they behave. They always want to listen to you because they want to know what happened. That's why you keep getting, like Carol is there in the studio right now. It's when they hear it, and we're not lying to them. It's the truth. I had a friend. He's also, there's something he posted. He created a link also on Radio Biafra. Okay, I speak with him. He's in Australia. You know, he's doing whatever he can. And right now, he's trying to pay someone. He's trying to pay a professor to write the core history of the Igbo and Nigeria. This is my friend. He's just trying to do this because of the pain we are passing through. Somebody who, of course, doesn't have anything to gain. We are not doing it because I'm not doing it because I want to get 1 or 2 naira or whatever. No. This is where I come from. I'm part of it, and I'm going to do whatever I can to see that Biafra, because that's the only thing. We don't share the same language with these people. We don't share the same religion. We don't share nothing with them. Nigeria was never a country. It was never, and it can never be a country. It cannot be a country. It is never a country before. You know, so by God's grace, we're going to get there. But there's one thing I want us to know. You know, the Bible says, it said, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and turn away from their wicked ways, it said, I will hear from heaven. I will forgive their sins and I will heal the land. The land of Biafra will be healed. But unfortunately, many of our people have defied the land. The so-called rich people, they stole the money. The governors, I'm not trying to judge them, but they have to judge themselves. They have to judge themselves. But God said the land is defiled.
Then we are cleansing it. And for us to cleanse this land very well, we must do some sacrifice, and we'll use these politicians, these corrupt people, to sacrifice. All of them that has done evil against our people. They must be judged one. If anybody is talking about, oh, they have repented, oh, please forgive them, God is a forgiving God, that person shouldn't even come close.
How can one man, one Mr. Igbo or whatever they call Igbo, I watch the program on Sahara, and this man, because he's a politician supporting the ACN, he had the audacity to say that Fashola was doing the right thing. But then, of course, Fashola is doing the right thing. I think I support him in that. You know why? Because these people are not Nigerians; they are Biafrans.
It's terrible. Terrible.
So in a way, but then because we are still under the government of Biafra of Nigeria, and an Igbo man to support what happened that this guy did, it's not possible. You cannot. You don't have any such right. It's unconstitutional. It is unconstitutional.
Yes.
Then you send these people back, and then an Igbo man, because of 1 or 2 naira that he's getting from these people with his glasses. I watched the program on Sahara.
That's all they want. All so that they can live in the same Lagos. Well, you know, when you don't have any shame, if you don't have any shame, I don't even know how to classify you. I don't know what, I think we've read what the Bible said about it before. People without honor, without shame. These are these people that are the so-called leaders. When they talk about elite, people talk about elitism in Nigeria. I'm looking at a group of people who their sensory capabilities is not that far higher than that of Neanderthals. They say that these are developed people. You know, thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you, and keep listening, keep spreading the word about Biafra, keep spreading the news about what Radio Biafra is doing. We are very grateful to you, all of you, all you callers. We must acknowledge what our dear brother is doing. Chinenye Braskanda is a very strange name. Chinenye Braskanda is adding all his friends. We are approaching, we are trying to make 100,000. We are getting there very, very close. 1 million is our target. In the interim, we want to get 100,000. Please add all your friends unless you're a coward. And as we said, very shortly, we'll be exposing all of you. Let us go and speak to a member of the editorial board of Radio Biafra to see who may be able to offer us fresh perspective on the issues that we are covering today. We understand that Uche Mefo is on the line. Please, Uche Mefo, this is Radio Biafra broadcasting to the whole world. Please address our people wherever they are on this planet, please.
Yes, fellow Biafrans, friends of Biafra, all of us of freedom and justice from around the world, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome to the program. You know what? I just want to make reference to just one news item. What is happening in Lagos State? What all these Yorubas are talking, especially Fani Koyade. I like what these people are doing to our people. It is what suits us, because Radio Biafra has been a lone voice in the wilderness, crying, telling our people of the danger of remaining in different parts of Nigeria, especially in the west and in the north. And you know, the staunchest of criticisms and opposition came from our people, not even the people we call our enemies. They are the Igbos. They came out and started castigating Radio Biafra, started castigating what we're doing, including those that say that they are Igbos of northern Nigeria. What is happening today?
Exactly. This same man said he's Igbo of northern Nigeria. Today he's pleading for help.
Yes. Now, in a different perspective, spiritually, we are praying to God for help, but God has given us every enablement. He has given us the talent, the skills, but we have refused to use this. What is happening today is that God is angry with us. God is chastising us. God is allowing our enemies, non-entities, to disgrace us. And this is a welcome development in that sense. They will continue to molest, they will continue to humiliate the Igbos until they learn their lesson, until they think with their senses. Most of us are behaving like animals, our behaviors are animalistic, and that is why they are treating us like animals. That is why they are slaughtering us like animals. This same thing happened to the Israelites at some point in their life, in their national life, but they also picked up and they did the right thing. They called upon God, they faced and obeyed the instructions, the ordinances of God, and God listened to their cries. But in our own case, I don't know whether the Igbos will ever think. And that is why this plague is upon us now. And I tell you, I like every bit of it. If I talk about our enemies, I also make serious reference to our people. We are our own problems. We are architects of our own problems. Biafra has not come because of us. Because of our attitude, because of our actions and inactions, we are lazy. We are a lazy set of people that we cannot do the same good thing, the simple thing. The simplest of what we should do is to change our attitude, to believe in ourselves, to believe in our tradition, to believe in ourselves collectively as a race, to defend ourselves, to recognize the truth, to identify it and defend it tenaciously, no matter what it costs us. This is how a race that is going to survive, a race that has been successful on earth, that is how they behave. That is the direction they go. The Igbos have been, in fact, I don't know what to say. It is very unfortunate. The so-called leaders of thought, politicians in quotes, are the agents of devil. They are the agents of Lucifer. They deceive us. They sell us out. But the ordinary people are just gullible. Not that they don't have the strength, not that they don't have the character, not that they don't have the intellect, not that they don't have the enablement that has come from God. We have all this, but we have refused to use all this and put them into action. And God is seriously angry with us, and this will continue. This is a serious chastisement from God. Radio Biafra is leading the way. Anybody that wants to hear, let that person hear. If that person doesn't want to hear, then we wait. But there is no going back because we are moving forward. The Biafra train is moving. Anywhere you catch it, you enter. If you don't catch it, then you remain where you are. The time has come for us to put Biafra once again on the international stage. Biafra remains, for the most part, a thorn in the conscience of the international community. But we are chasing them wherever they are. This is the only thing I have to say at the moment. Let me give time for other people to make contributions. But I remain very much around.
Should you be needed?
Contribute. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Azucheme4. Give us your name and where you are, please. The caller on the phone, your name and where you are. This is Radio Biafra.
Yeah, this is Obi. I'm calling from Sweden.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Director, please, I'm just calling as it concerns we in Sweden as a whole. We've been trying all we could, and to those that are still thinking we are kidding or we are joking, please, I'm just begging everybody now. We could just see the handwriting on the wall. We don't just need an interpreter to tell us what the meanings are. So I'm just begging, the 50,000 the director is talking about, this is what 5,000 of us can do. If each and every one of us just contribute only 10 pounds, we can do this. 5,000 people can do this. Please, I'm just begging, even if it warrants that probably most of us there, we don't speak English again, we don't speak Igbo. Director, please, do I have your permit to even beg them in Swedish?
Yes, of course, and even in Arabic, because they can speak.
Yeah, mina landsmen här från Biafran som bor här I Sverige, jag ber alla att bara bidra gärna det lilla som vi kan så att vi hjälper till att återställa vårt land från Biafra. Jag ber alla, vi kan bara göra det. Allt som vi bara behöver, 5,000 av oss kan göra det. Och allt som vi bara behöver, bara 10 pund. Om alla bara gör det 10 pund, det räcker. Vi ska bara göra det. Här I Sverige är inte vårt land. Inte vårt land. Vi ska bara vara tillbaka någon dag till vårt land. Biafra, jag bara ber alla. Gör vad du kan att bara hjälpa till. Director, we definitely, I know, we will get there. Like I just said, 5,000 of us can do this. If each and every one of us can just put in just 10 pounds, then we are definitely getting there. We are definitely getting there, and we will get there. We will get there by His grace.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
At a minute there, I thought you were speaking Arabic, but it's a good thing you said is Swedish. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's Swedish. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And on that note, a lot of people have said that we should advertise, tell people how we are doing. Yes, yeah, we will tell you today.
Yes.
We have paid money towards the transmitter. So far, what we have managed to raise in all, people saying they are contributing to the transmitter. Don't forget that we have the radio station to run as well. What we have contributed so far is slightly over £12,000. That is what we have. And we have made those funds available to the people who are working with us on this very issue in terms of by way of deposit towards what we are looking for. What we have till to date is only slightly some few change above £12,000. Now people say, tell us every day how much you get. Tell us how much you get every day. The amount of money we have gotten for yesterday, in fact for the past 3 days, is £72. £72. I said to people, we don't want to announce it not to demoralize our people. We know they will do. This is in their nature. They said you must announce it. You must tell us. You must tell. So today, every day we'll announce it. As the money comes in, we'll be announcing it every blessed day on the air. £72. That's what we've gotten in 3 days. 72. If they want us to publish the statement, we do so. £72. That's what came in. Go ahead.
The one thing is they say in Sweden, a whole lot of us from Dazu, we all like to go clubbing, we like to drink, we all like to buy beers, and in System Bolaget, the company that sells alcohol here in Sweden, the mint bottle of whiskey is around 350 Swedish crowns, which is around £30, if I'm right. So this is what I just believe each and every one of us can just do. If we really have this love of our country in us, we should just do this. Even if you want to go to club today, do Friday, or tomorrow, you can just keep this weekend. Just do that. 5,000 of us can do this. When 5,000 people contribute £10 each, then we are there. If I'm just begging, we know that everybody don't have the same financial capability, but there are just some sacrifices which we are going to do. Definitely we will. I'm just optimistic and hopeful about this. Please, this thing is now like begging. The other day we were reading, even when you get to the airport, now they will be taxing. You just come in. There are a lot of things. A lot of people have started even buying tickets to travel home in December. Travel to where? Even we've seen the handwriting on the wall. Now, what's the guarantee that you will even come back if you get there in December? So please, we're just begging everybody right now. Just spare this weekend. You want to go and have some fun time at the clubs, or you want to buy some pints of beers or some bottle of alcohol. You can just do this to help this cause. Please, I'm just begging. For example, we that live here in Sweden, it's not easy, but just try all you could. Thank you very much, Director.
Thank you very much for calling. Thank you very, very much. We have two outstanding $100 to collect sent by people from the United States. Our dear brother, Freddie Hunter, sent us also some money. He sent us $100. That is $300 to collect from the U.S. $300 from the United States. And let us go back and tell you those making the direct contribution via PayPal, for instance, in the last 3 days. We'll only mention so they know who they are. Only the first names, please. Don't panic. There are many Chukwuemekas in this world. You know yourself. We've had, today is what? Is the 9th. In fact, for the whole day today, we only had one contribution coming, one donation coming from Chukwuemeka. He knows who he is, that he did today. So we are telling you, Anderson made a contribution. Anderson, you contributed on the 8th. That is who contributed. Somebody, Joseph, you know who you are. You contributed on the 6th. So we are telling you in the past 3 days via PayPal, that is all the only contributions we've had. We've gone to the bank asking them. They said if there are anybody that paid into RBA Direct, we should be able to get that filter through on Monday. And we shall also announce it. From now onwards, since you asked, every day we'll break it down for you bit by bit, line by line. If any other person in this world contributed money and we did not mention your first name, you call Radio Biafra on the air and tell us openly. That's what we want. So we tell people, when we tell you that we are whiter than white, we know what we are talking about. Because this is Radio Biafra. We are incorruptible. We must make it very, very clear. Go and buy us transmitter. We don't need your injector again. We need transmitter only. That's all we need. And our mass. You see what will happen. There will be an earthquake. The whole place will turn upside down. From the studios of Radio Biafra in London, broadcasting onto your laptop, your mobile, your tablet, we got Al Jazeera to air Biafra 2 times in 2 days. Think of what we can do if you give us your support. Begin to imagine it. Only one announcement we made on the air, and Al Jazeera responded. Think of what we can do if we get your support. People should go and reason very, very carefully, because we know what we are doing. And we know what we are doing. This is Radio Biafra. Please, your name and where you are. Your name and where you are.
Yes, this is Uche. Good evening, brother.
Uche, how are you? How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I really commend the guy who begged for support in Swedish. I mean, within Ometbakam.
Yeah.
So here, if I can, let me see, before next month, raise the mulunu, I'll go to £100. I will do my possible, whatever I will do here, I will do. I will do. I know Philippines have that much, but what I'm promising Radio Biafra is that by next month, I'll go to £100 I will give, because say podcast like this, but at least those of us who have the spirit to restore Biafra in honesty and in truth and in the highest form we can, God is really compensating us. Just look at the airport God has just given to us, making it free and easier for us to bring in anything we want to bring right into the heart of our own homeland. I mean, I was very pleased to see such a development now. The airport got video run by in August, which is a very nice thing. At least you wait for
us. We are coming to get you where you are. You and your people have work to do for us, so you stay where you are. In fact, I will tell you, we appreciate what you're doing, but do not call Radio Biafra again. We will call you from now onwards. Please, if you have anything to say, we'll record it and play it out. Somebody is on his way to you very, very shortly. We have work for you to do somewhere we are not at liberty to disclose. Very, very shortly, we are entering into the second phase of this very struggle, as we promised you. Forward, ever, backward, never, because this is Radio Biafra. Anything we say we're going to do, we do it. They will beg us to leave Nigeria. They will be begging us to go and take Biafra, because the whole place will come down. They are deporting us. Believe you me, what we'll do to these people, people will wonder, are men capable of this thing? Because we cannot take this humiliation day after day after day after day. There is no day you open the newspaper, there is no humiliation against our people. There is no day you read the news, there is not one insult against our people. When you remind them of how hopeless they are, they say you're insulting them. Look at Chomwaka Yoruba, or more dirty people insulting you, asking you to leave Lagos. Look at people, cattle rearers raping your mothers. Cattle Nama. Go and force and
hold yourself. Hold yourself. Relax. Hold yourself. Because if you be like this, I don't want to cry over the radio, but just hold yourself. Just hold yourself. We are getting there.
Stay where you are. Please don't call. We'll call you when the time is needed, and please begin to prepare, because we have work to do. Thank you very much for calling. We don't want your line to be traced or tapped or in any way, shape or form. This is Radio Biafra. Please, the caller on the phone, give us your name and where you are. Your name and where you are, please.
Good afternoon. I'm calling from Toronto, Canada. My name is Ada Iwenafo.
Yes, Ada, you're welcome to the program. This is Radio Biafra.
Yes, I just want to say first of all that I appreciate your initiatives to empower the people of Igbo who are in Nigeria and who need the solidarity of everybody around the world to start showing some concerns about, the nature of things back home. Every day when I read the news, I'm just completely appalled by what I see. And I don't feel the government is even making any effort to live up to some certain international standards, In this day and at this age, in civilization, I expect way more from Nigeria. Being an individual who left the country when I was 10 years old, I actually have never been back to Nigeria, but I still speak Igbo. I still care very much about what's going on back home, because I would like to go back home one day. It is my country. And I really did hope and pray for a Nigeria that would be united, no matter what tribe that we all come from. But the way I see things, I don't know if there's even hope for that. Every day I'm hearing about, chaos and all over the country, a lot of tribalism going on. And I want to ask you a question regarding the mission of Biafra. If the plan is to have a separate land where Igbo people can live in peace and harmony, that is separate from the rest of the country, if that is what the goal is,
yes.
I'm not saying that it should be done in a way that is, we're instigating the war. I don't know. It's just my opinion. But if we do create a separate entity, because I don't really see Nigerians going forward with the extremists, religious extremists, and what they're doing to ruin the country. I do feel there's a need to separate on some levels. But if we do separate, what are the things that are going to be in place to ensure that these people don't encroach back into the same territory? Because if they do, then all of our efforts might risk, going down the drain. Is there going to be walls being put up to stop them from encroaching? What is the plan? Do we have anyone in military who is helping us to gather things, put things together? Because the first step is what you're doing, which is to set up the transmitters, which I think is going to be important. I agree with you. Mass media is an important way to reach a lot of people. But what do we do so that we can keep these, I'll call them idiots, who are really destroying our land, from encroaching and reducing all of our efforts back to nothing? We really have to come up with a good strategy of keeping up some barriers, and if Biafra really is going to be a realistic entity, because right now I don't know, but if it does happen, which anything is possible, how do we keep these people from encroaching back and destroying everything that we've worked hard to do? That's what I want to know. Do we really have something solid? Do we have the support of the international community that's going to really help us? Because this is a war against so many injustices that I do see happening in Nigeria. Igbos are peaceful people by nature. Generally, I don't hear about Christian people going around and bombing anyone or disturbing other people. We just want to live in peace. Everybody has the right to live in peace. Even the Muslims have a right to live in peace. Everybody has the right to live in peace. But why do some people choose to terrorize other human beings, forgetting that we were all born with the same rights to equality, to peace, to freedom? Why do some people think that they can do this to other human beings? Because they're not animals. They're not human beings to me. They're animals, in my opinion, even worse than animals, because even animals don't do the kind of atrocities that they are carrying out against fellow humans. And I'm just bringing it down to humanity, because it goes beyond just tribes. We're all people. Why are they destroying humanity? Why are they destroying the name of Nigeria? Nigeria already has so many problems as it is. Now it's being compounded by extremists and all this. This is my concern.
Yes.
What do we do? What do we do? And do we have these plans?
Yes, I will take your... Yes, I will take your questions one after the other. You talked about unity. You asked a question, you said, are we seeking to establish a separate homeland for the Igbo people? The answer to that is yes, but not just for the Igbo people. We are taking the Domas with us. We are taking the Effiks, the Bibios, the Jaws. We are also taking our people from Ibanke all the way to Asaba, because these are Igbo people. We're not forcing anybody. If any of these component units don't want to be part of us, that's entirely up to them. But we'll go it alone. That is number one. Because there seems to be a myth. This is what I tell black Americans. They don't. I thank God that Freddie Hunter actually understands. What most people don't quite appreciate is that the fact that we are black people from sub-Saharan Africa doesn't mean we are the same people. England is a Christian country. Scotland is a Christian country. Wales is a Christian country. France is a Christian country. So is Italy, Spain, Portugal, Norway, Sweden, Denmark. For goodness sake, are they all in one country? Sweden even have their own currency. Switzerland is on its own. People want to be free. We are not the same people, for goodness sake. People don't understand that. I have never seen anywhere in recorded history, I have never seen anywhere on this planet where Christians and Muslims are in the same country in equal numbers, or the two religions competing for preeminence. Nowhere, my dear sister. Why isn't Canada part of US? They speak English. They were founded by the same English people. Why are they not one? Why did Canada go to war with the US? To be on their own. People from Africa go to school, they don't learn anything. The fact that you went to school with Tafawa Balewa, with Awolowo, does not mean you have to be in the same country with them. Why is Britain looking to leave European Union? Why is Scotland looking to leave Britain? Our people must understand that freedom and independence is a part of life. When a man is married to a woman, or a woman is married to a man, two of you can't get along, you divorce. In fact, even in Britain, there's a fee, a grant they give you to separate. Because most of them are all devil worshippers here. They are satanic. They encourage families to break up. Helped by Yoruba pastors. Why is it then that somebody is killing me? I have done nothing wrong. They are killing me. What did the Igbos in Kanu do? Can anybody tell me the offense? Because they live outside their territory. What you're telling them is that go back to where you come from. What did we do that we are being deported from Lagos? Because they're telling you this is not your home. When people reject you, you don't reject yourself. Anytime you reject yourself, you turn into a prey. That is why you have the predator and the prey. The Igbos are being hunted like animals, like prey in Nigeria, because they have become weak. You asked about our borders. We will cage our borders in such a way that anything that comes in there will be fried. You'll be dead. We have the means and power to do it. As we said before, we don't care if people are going to support us or you're not going to support us. You can help them. We don't care who helps who this time around. What the very simple promise we give you is, you will die with us. If you come in, you will die, regardless of who you are. There is no person that is created with two heads. There is nothing they can do that we cannot do. We come to them with humility. We've served them. We are very good slaves. We have served them diligently for years. There is nothing they want us to do. How many British people have been killed in Igbo land? I am asking the British government, how many people have we killed in Igbo land? Yoruba people, how many Yorubas have Igbo people killed in Igbo land? Hausa people, how many Hausa people have we killed? When the Ghanaians were there, how many did we kill? We have done nothing wrong. Our only crime is that we offended God in heaven and is punishing us. And we are going back to the ways of our ancestors, how we were before, as righteous people, because we are different. And I'm proud to celebrate that difference. God made us in his own image because Biafra is the dwelling place of the Most High. I owe nobody apologies for that. And that is where we are going to. If they are too strong, let them stop us. If they are too powerful, let them try and stop us. They said, oh, Duku said the same thing in 1900, said nothing can stop Biafra. I said to them that because people are blind. These days, there's nothing you cannot find online. To make weapons of mass destruction before was impossible. These days, if you Google it, you find answers to everything. And we are Biafran people. There is nothing we put our mind to we cannot accomplish. The type of technology we have, if we unleash it, humanity will sink. And we promise them this time around. We are not begging anybody. Let them plan everything they can wherever they are. This time around, Biafra is going to stand. Because if Biafra does not stand, we will know that there is no God in heaven. If Biafra does not stand, we will know we are no longer the children of God. And we deserve death anyway. Either way. Thank you for calling, my dear sister.
And I have one more thing to say. Thank you very much for your explanation. I just have one more thing to suggest. I think that Biafra can be strong if we have perhaps some body of authority, spread out across Nigeria in every state where, there's a presence of Igbo people, who will stand up for Igbos in the event of anything like this happening again. I believe that what happened in Naija should never be repeated again. Perhaps if we have some people there who, when something like this is about to occur, they step in and stop it right away. Maybe by protesting, or something has to be in place where these people can run back to and report. My sister, my brother, this is what we're going through. We've been asked to leave the city by force. Blah blah blah. Help us out, and then we act immediately, to support. And I also have another suggestion. If every Igbo person from around the world donates even a single dollar to the cause, we can have something set up within Nigeria, like a central place where Igbos can come and tap some resources. Those who have lost family members, those who don't have anywhere to go in a time of need, can go and seek help or seek some kind of peace and support. I think if every Igbo person, every grown Igbo man and woman, if we from all over the world can donate even $1, that amounts to so much money that we could use to really start mobilizing people. And before you know it, we will be strong. And the only way to be strong is by solidarity and through what you're doing to expose the things that are really happening. Thank you very much again for your cause and for everything you're doing.
And thank you for calling. Thank you very much. Join our people in Canada. What we are going to do, this thing seems to be a recurring theme all the time. We may seriously consider all the groups that we have all over the world asking you to please open up local bank accounts wherever you are, so that people will know what is happening, so that you take responsibility for what comes in to fight this very struggle. What our dear sister is talking about is having a force on the ground, having an intelligence service on the ground. When they want to kill us, we will know in advance and we will position our people to protect lives and properties. We can't do that. It will cost billions to fund on the ground. It's an operation that will require billions to fund. We have the mechanism to find out before these people. We have people who can penetrate them, that speak Hausa, that look like them. These are Igbo people. There is not many things we can reveal on the air. We are asking for Unu Nyanya Nyamaka, you see what we can do. But time is coming when we'll stop. I keep saying this all the time. I don't like doing it. If I'm being asked to be talking about this transmitter all the time, I will consider doing something else than to serve my country by presenting a program on radio. I will go and do other things, because I too, I am getting ashamed. If you don't have shame, me, I do. This thing we are talking about every night is making me feel ashamed. I feel ashamed about it. Let's see if we still have Dr. Gemba on the line. Dr. Gemba, you with us. This is Radio Biafra. I've been waiting for a very long time. What do you have to say?
Yes, Nnamdi, I'm listening with great attention, and the way you introduced the topic and those who have spoken so far. Let me start by saying that this Femi Kayode, he covered insult with insult and with challenge, or rather, he threw a challenge to Igbo people, but through insulting us. There's nothing else. This Fani Kayode, well, I'm not going to read his biography. Those who knows him, it's not some. I think he's in his early 50s and a member of the PDP party. Someone was saying the other day that the deportation in Lagos State is a little bit politically motivated, that the PDP party is trying to do it to stoke up revenge so that they can get Igbos in, to get the support of Igbos in Lagos, because they want to unseat Lagos State, the present government in Lagos State. But that's a political aspect. Now let us see the way it is today. We have said most of the things, but I want to make our people, fair enough, many people in the political who's who, the so-called VIPs, top politicians and those who are in a position of authority to make decisions, they either listen to Radio Biafra directly or they have people who listen, record, and they report back to them. They know very well we are setting the agenda, but they cannot demand or be courageous enough to come out and give us credit because they know what that means. And let me address this specifically to our Igbo people in Lagos, not just Igbo people. Those political heavyweights, let me use that in their own right, in their own terminology. Those who's who, the Madezes of this world, the person who we dealt with last week, who said that Igbos are better off in Nigeria, that Igbos need Nigerian hand. I am talking of all the retired military bigwigs. I don't want to start mentioning their names. They know the former governors who are in Lagos State, those who do all the former political office holders, parliamentarians in Lagos. I want to challenge anybody listening to me now. Now, of all the former, I call them the has-beens, those who have been a former member of House of Representatives or a former senator or who have been a top political functionary, top list of the governors. I want to challenge you to name one of them that resides in Igbo land or within the territory of Biafra. Name one person. I want somebody to call, with exception of XYZ, he is living so place as a permanent residence. Visiting is different. Being a permanent residence of a place is different from visiting and going to spend 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month or 2 months in a place, then you go back to where you reside. So I am talking of those who permanently reside in Biafra land. I don't mean Igbo, and I don't mean in Igbo land, I mean in Biafra land. So I will say challenge to our listeners, if you know, please call and debunk or put us correct. Now, why I am addressing this to them is, has any of them picked quarrel or picked hole from what the governor of Lagos State did? Has anybody, okay, let's assume that this news from Fane Kayode broke today or yesterday, as the case may be. Has any of them come up to say anything? Because they said, you strike the iron while it is hot. Has any of them come out in any shape or form to condemn what this man said? Time will come when they finish deporting the so-called beggars. Yes, Igbos are beggars in Lagos. Okay. Igbos are nuisance in Lagos. Okay. When they finish deporting the beggars and those Igbos or Biafrans that constitute nuisance in Lagos, they will come after them. Now, I don't know if I can be allowed. Let me quote one thing, what this man said. You've said a lot. Let me quote this. Maybe it will register in the mind of those who believe that Igbos are developing, who believe that Igbos are developing Lagos, which they are, but this man is saying that they are talking rubbish. Fane Kayode said, the Igbo had little to do with the extraordinary development of Lagos between 1880 right up to date. It is a fact. Other than Ajobile, Computer Village, Alaba, and buying up numerous market stores in Sale, Eko, where and what is their input? I say, they say that where and what is their input? Apart from all these places, that is the only thing they do. Now, he didn't mention LIKE. He did not mention even the Victoria Island. He did not mention. We are not here to debunk him. If at the right time we will do that. So what I'm trying to say, Mr. is this: they have tried through peaceful means, that is gentle deportation, to ask you, will you go? Just as our sister said, everybody has been said to that. You go. We don't want you. You are a foreigner. So I don't care whether Nigeria is their country or not. The Lagosians, the Yoruba people have said to Igbo people, Lagos is not your place. You go to your homeland. You have a home. You have a country. Not that there was. You have a country. Whether there was or there was not. There is a country. You came from somewhere. Go back. They have tried through gentle persuasion and nobody's listening. Please, back it today. As Nnamdi always say, when we say it's already there, nobody takes notice. When it starts happening, they'll say, had I known comes at last. Mark it. Time will come when they will stop gentle persuasion and they will go on offensive. Through massive killing, they know where you are, they know where you are, and as a matter of fact, most of our people seem to be concentrated in their area. All these places they mentioned, all the markets, all these places, they know that Igbo people, when they go there and start their active campaign, more than 90-95% of the victims will be Igbo people. So when they will start repatriating dead bodies to Igbo land, nobody should complain, because they have given you notice. You didn't react. They have started through internal deportation, which has never been heard of. Or I think I threw a challenge. If anybody have had it happen anywhere in the world, they should come forward. Up till now, I have not had anybody who said yes. So and so place, internal deportation took place. So in a different area in Nigeria, I don't even want to do well in the north. The Indian area in the north have used every means possible to pass message to us. Go and answer your father's name. Go and build a place God mapped out for you and ring-fence it against Muslim influence. Go there and build a comfortable homeland for you, for your God. And nobody's listening. So, my dear, those who say, we trust Igbos that they don't Lagos. Now, allow you, at the end of the day, Lagos is a no man's land. It is not your land. No matter your investment. I don't even want to go to RadioBiafra because when we start with them, we will name them one by one and tell them their position, give them their position they occupy. Both the present governors, the former governors, all the senators, and so on and so forth. We know them one by one. The role they have played, they played in destroying Igbo land and running away and just talking. Talk is cheap. Do something. Just as Nnamdi said, if you are a man who said something today, before 24 hours, someone, your boyfriends, your friends, and those who your economic power lies in their palm by stroke of pen. They will tell you, this way you talk like this. Remember, then you will withdraw just like a coward. You will do what you said because of because of your economic interest. Economic interest is not political power. It is not political power. Political power lies in your territory. So, my brothers, I know that a lot of people are waiting. If you give me time, there's a lot I will say, not that we will say it anyway. So, the handwriting is on the wall, not only from Lagos State, not only from all the towns and cities in Yoruba land and in the north. If we don't make here where the sun shines, those who are, even as I speak, there is people who are through their solicitors, through their agents, looking for properties investment in Lagos, even more and more. And it is because of Igbos, they are denying it, that Lagos State is so expensive. Property in Lagos State is so expensive. This man did not mention the areas Igbo people developed for them. He is now in denial. Time will come, the fact will be on his face, and obviously they have the means through their media to debunk what you are saying. Unless and until RadioBiafra receive the help required to broadcast from our fatherland, to be able to debunk, to give the other side of the story. Our history, our politics will continue to be dictated by outsiders, and we don't have any other thing to do than to follow them because we don't have any means of our own to debunk them. That's what I want to say for now. Thank you very much for listening, my dear people.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you. That was Dr. Gemba. We have a lot of people on the phone. We have a lot of people. Please stay where you are. Stay where you are, please. Carol, what do you make of what you've been hearing so far? What is what catches your fancy?
I'm actually ashamed about the fact that you have to advertise now, that you've been requested to advertise who's funding what. I mean, there's a comment on Facebook that they are totally embarrassed by this. Doesn't it say in the Bible that you give quietly and do not boast? How are we going to go to war and fund a war when everybody wants their name highlighted up? And in fact, there are people that have given to us that do not want their name broadcasted, and I will say to them, please note that you don't want your name broadcasted when you send your fund, because to me that's an embarrassment, that's a shame. I don't know how you got to that stage. Is it an Igbo people think that we have to have a phone-a-thon? This is not. I
said to them, it's not a charity.
It's not a charity.
It's not a crayfish thing that we are selling, that we put up it's not a bazaar. Oh, this person gave, we got 1 naira from Accra. Yes, I don't know where this crude mental, I can't begin to fathom it. I can't understand. I said to them before, does it mean if we are going out and we need to go and assemble all our scientists somewhere, then we'll come and tell you we need to buy plane ticket for them? Then you ask us, oh, how many scientists are you bringing together? We then say, oh, it's 8. Tell us how much they will need for feeding. No, I can't for the life of me understand. We have said it before. Do you want us to give you the name of the company that is selling the transmitter? Maybe that would be the best thing. They can give you the account number, you pay them.
Yeah, Nigeria.
Maybe that's what we will do.
Will know.
Let's give you the account number of the company, so you pay them. When you pay them, people will know where this company is, and they will go and sabotage the effort. I can't understand why our people are like this. Every little thing you want to announce. We announce it now. It's an embarrassment. If you want, we read out the names for you. Today is only one person that contributed. £8 and 32p. Today, the 9th day of August 2013. Some of the things we see, we cover for our people. People don't understand that. If we expose everything the way it is, some people will commit suicide at the level of apathy amongst our people. A thinks B has given, because of that, B won't give. A is thinking that B has given, B is thinking that A has given, nobody's doing anything. People are not donating in the numbers you think they are. People call and say, wait. Some people call us from Spain and said they're traveling when they come back. Somebody called from India and said, I'm going to Japan, wait until I get to Japan. They announced it on air on Radio Biafra. People think, oh, they have done something. They have done nothing. Nothing from Spain, nothing from Japan, nothing from India, nothing from Belgium, nothing from Germany, nothing from Italy. We are still waiting. Even the 500 they contributed, we are still waiting. You want us to announce it? We announce it openly. Nothing from Denmark. How much from the US? If not that Moses Wigwe and Clifford Irania is saving them. $300 from USA. The whole of US, $300, with the exception of Clifford and Moses. $300. You want us to keep announcing? Nothing from Canada. Do you want us to announce more? Nothing from Mexico. And I mentioned they want to be, you want the whole world to hear that you cannot afford to buy a transmitter by asking us to put it on website. Is that what you want? When you're covering people, they don't quite follow what you're trying to do. We'll get our transmitter. After all, we started Radio Biafra, we'll get a transmitter. And we'll get Biafra, with or without people. It's God's project. We said it's God's project. He asked us to do certain things, and we've done all those things. It's left for him to bless us. He said, do this, do this, do this, do this. You get Biafra. We've done everything. The rest is left for him to accomplish. And they said that nothing is too big for him. We don't call the name of God in vain. We don't try that. Anytime we say that God is behind us, we know what we are talking about. But we are hoping he will be able to walk through our people. Everything Ojukwu said is coming to pass. Even the blade, the grass will rise up to fight. That time is coming. Let's take this call, please. Let us attempt to take this call. You have been calling us for a very long time. This is Radio Biafra. Give us your name and where you are. This is Radio Biafra.
Hello, Biafra. My name is Shinoji. I'm calling from Kuwait.
You are calling from Kuwait. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
Yeah, Nnamdi, I want to address the issue of funds again. And I would like to direct some of the things I'm saying to you direct. You made me to know the phrase that na enebo okotrayala. Nebai, there's nothing wrong in him nebai kaemal that mega. Let us know that we did not bring the money we said we are bringing. We need money to run RadioBiafra. We need money to buy the transmitter. In fact, I would not like you to say that you will consider doing another thing if you want you to be talking about the money. You are already doing what we want. I believe I'm speaking the mind of many Biafrans. You are already doing what we want you to do. Because just like you just said a few minutes ago, A will be thinking that B about a good meal. B will be thinking that A about a good meal. At the end of the day, many of us will be thinking that this money, not as a mobile transmitter, when we don't even know that we have not contributed anything. Shame us. Let us know that we did not contribute anything. There's nothing wrong with it at all. To the best of my knowledge, there is nothing wrong with telling us that we did not do what we are supposed to do. It's a shame on all of us that we cannot raise 50,000 pounds to buy only transmitter. Maybe after the transmitter we can stop saying this. But this transmitter is very, 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 very important to me and to many Biafrans. So for me, this is my humble opinion. There's nothing wrong in saying that we have not done what we are supposed to do financially. Oh, go, Joe. And then after 80 years, we go to transmitting alone without bringing all of us to the open that we have not done what we are supposed to do. That is my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I must say that it's rather very ironic that the highest amount we got, of course, I always exclude Ofoma and Moses Mwigwe and to an extent Clifford Iranya from this type of thing that we have to say. Somebody traveled from South Africa, a Biafran, and came to Kuwait. No, to Qatar actually, not Kuwait, to Qatar. And he met a Biafran, listened to Radio Biafra. This man is a businessman, sent £500 to Radio Biafra. He lives in South Africa. He's in Qatar. Do you know the funniest thing? He said, do not mention my name. Don't even announce it on air that I contributed. Don't even mention the donation. The people clamoring for itemized bill, they have not donated 1 penny. And we are going to give you the details you need so you will understand that Radio Biafra is like no other. Every dime from now onwards will be announced every blessed night. We will mention the first name of the person so that if anybody donated money that very day and the name is not mentioned, don't call Radio Biafra after we have closed. Call us on the air. Go to the Facebook page and write and say your first name was not mentioned. Or say there is something happened that we didn't mention if you don't want us to know who you are. Try to tell you that we are not like other people. God, you don't know what we have done. If you know what we have done, you have no need or reason to doubt us. If you know how long we have been in this struggle, what we have accomplished. Only one announcement in one night. Al Jazeera was able to carry news on Biafra 2 days running. Think of what we can do. Stop your humiliation in Lagos. We want to save you so you can have a shred of dignity left in you, because right now you have nothing. As Adam said, no Eden, in the Garden of Eden. Our people are naked, stark naked, without shame. Yes, Carol, what is happening? What are people saying? Please talk about it.
Yeah, they're still going on about how selfish we are. And I think a lot of people are shocked at what's happened. And we have to really look at ourselves and ask not what others have done for us, but what we are doing in this fight. As what happened with the man in the Arab nation that went to Algiers and protested and asked for this video to go up, and now it's been up 2 days in a row. All the people out there, they always message me and say, oh, you know, you can do this and you can do this and you can do this. I'm inundated with things to do. I'm up to my ears. What are they doing, those people? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm getting to. Is, you know, I'm asking now, what are you doing? You know, they come and ask me. I say, well, have you done this? You know, have you added all your friends? Have you made a donation? It doesn't matter if you've got a lot, but you can contribute. I mean, there's people out there. I know I get people telling me all about how they're funding their girlfriends, but you know, this needs funding. This is serious. This is not a joke. This transmitter is so key to this struggle, and we really need it, because all the things that Ada talked about, having bases in ground in villages, this is a step further along the line. We need to be working towards that. We know, this is about the safety of the people. We are at war. Whatever it is you as an individual can do. I posted something the other day, is that we all have different talents, and what I cannot do, you can do, right? You can invest in these speakers, you can fly letters, you can make flyers, you can talk to people, you can add people, you can have a gathering with your friends and family and listen to the broadcast. You can do all these things and unite together. It is not hard. We cannot win this without the unity, and it's not even the unity of a great number of you, of a percentage of you, because there is how many millions of Biafrans? I think somebody told me the other day it was 20 million. I was assuming it was 7 million. Someone in Belgium told me it was 20 million the other day. The amount of billions and billions of Biafrans across the world, Igbos and all these other ones that we have associated now into Biafra. I can't recall all the tribal names, but they're all part of Biafras. Where are they? I only need a percentage of you. We're all crying. I'm not flying to Japan. I'm here helping you. Come on, everybody. This is ridiculous. I can't take this shame.
This is Radio Biafra. They asked us to announce it. We warned them that if we give this announcement, it won't be part of it. They say, oh, go ahead and do. That is what we are doing. That is what we are doing. If you're joining us for the very first time and you are shocked, this is Radio Biafra. Everything is out in the open. We don't have any secrets. Not one. But the lives of our people who are going to work for us will remain secret. Anyhow you pressure us, we cannot tell you their names. We won't tell you when they will go in, we won't tell you when they will come out, we won't give you the itinerary, we won't give you the timetable. That remains a secret. If you won't support Biafra because we don't want to tell you who are the people behind us working for us, you can go and get deported from Lagos. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, your name and where you are, please.
Hello, Nandi. It's Evangelist Barnabas.
Yes, go ahead. We're listening.
Nandi, please, I'm sure I want to ask you, like, even them come on and 3 months in the listen to Radio Biafra on a PayPal can you see my name on there reflect what there.
Anything you put on PayPal is there. We said we have accumulated over £12,000. Your money is there. That's what I'm saying. It is there on PayPal. Everything, we live in a digital age. Those that sent us money via Western Union, those that sent us, there was one that sent us money through RIA. They had to take it back because of some mistakes. What we say, if you give us money, your name is there. If we don't publish your name, you know that there is something wrong. Your name is there. Go ahead.
Okay. So, because I'm still moving ahead, organizing and gathering people. Even this Sunday, we are going to have a meeting, you know, like I said before, to deal with us. It's not very difficult, but we are coming to be up to 10 now by God's grace. After this meeting on Sunday, then by God's grace we might reach up to 10. And some of the people then monthly contribution because of their own personal decision. So I try to advise in the Bible, let us endeavor to contribute. All this humiliation we are receiving from our neighbors is enough. I plead on Igbo. Please let us support this cause. This is a spiritual warfare. This is the will of God. And comfortable. without feeling the pain or the pinch of what is happening to our people at home is very, very, very bad. It's very, very bad. I plead and I beg all the Igbos, let us leave all who will be the head or who is getting. If I give money to somebody, and the Bible says it is even better to give than to receive, because whoever that has given have nothing to expect. Whoever that has given have something to expect in return. But if you have not given, what are you expecting? Why are we so conscious of money that we want to know how much that have been contributed in the first place? In this country, Ireland, there is one spirit radio that is always every 6 months. They run on charity. Every 6 months, people contribute 40,000 euros. In 2 weeks, it will not pass 2 weeks. That money will be over. Every 6 months they will come again. 2 weeks they have gotten more than that 40,000 euros. Why is it that our people, that we are so heartless that they are killing our brothers and sisters and people are keeping silent? It's very, very, very bad. This is not called for. Igbo kwesịrị ichegharị mara that na ihe na-eme what is happening in Nigeria. I want to tell you, man, this is the will of God. I continue to say it. And I will continue to pray that God will continue troubling Igbo. Anywhere they are, they won't have peace with their neighbors until they come back. They must come back, whether they like it or not. It has started, the war will not stop, because it is the will of God that they must move. Even if they like it or they don't like it, the best thing for them is to support this cause. If not, they will come back with shame. That's all I want to say now, please.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you very much. I welcome that. If you have contributed, you know that your money is there with a transmitting company. We've paid them. We don't want to hold it. We gave it to them as deposit. They accepted it. We also made a payment to them today as well. It's been remitted to them. We have our receipt. We have everything. They are the ones chasing us, asking us. We've not even talked about, you know that we need the soil sample of where we're going to mount the transmitter. Let us do some science that is involved in it. If you put a transmitting station on salty ground, where there is water, sea water, it travels farthest. If we broadcast from the ocean, it will give us treble the amount of distance it will cover. If we put it in a mountainous range that has granite in it, the granite in the mountain will absorb the radio wave, so it won't travel very far. So before we even do anything, we need to send people home or get people wherever they are to go and collect the soil sample of where we are going to mount it, bring it back to England for analysis. We need minimum 2 acres of land. We are talking about building a transmitting station, not a toy shop. It's a monumental project. Today they told us how much the mast itself is going to cost. I said to them, this wasn't what we said before. They said they'll try and work out something. I want people today to go and do some research. Write it down, please. 50 kV transmitter. Write down mast. One big mast and one what is called a reflector mast as well. How much is it? So you will understand what we're talking about. We are onto something very big. That when we mount it, there will be earthquake. Things will happen. All the iniquity will come to an end. Let us go and take this call. This is Radio Biafra. Give us your name and where you are, please.
Hello, Director. Good evening. This is Ngozi from Sweden.
Yes, my dear sister. Please go ahead.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. It's a delight to have you join us this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to thank you, first of all, to thank you people for what you are doing. We are so proud of you. And I'm thanking Karamondo for all our efforts and all the whole teams of Radio Biafra. I'm saying that the good Lord of Biafra will bless you all.
Thank you. Amen. Amen.
So what I want to say is concerning the transmitter that you just mention the name of those that paid. And for those of us that is asking question to know how much that is on ground, let's see what they will do. I don't know, to me, what they see no mother, I don't see more. What I can see, what we have people all over the world, and yet, not 50,000 pounds. We cannot afford. This is so shameful. But you don't need to hide it. Every day, come on air and tell the whole world how much we have gotten so far. All these people parading themselves, wearing carrying walking stick and red cap, moving all over the place like crazy people. Yet they cannot bring money to sponsor this transmitter. Is it just for one person, or is it for one village? This is something that will be used to liberate our people. How can you tell a hungry man to eat? How can you tell a dying man to take medicine? Our people are so down that I don't even know. Sometimes when I think about it, I don't know what to say. Are they not seeing what is happening? What are they trying to do? They don't want to keep quiet until all of us perish. This is so unfair. Every day you open news, you hear one sort of story or the other. Are we not ashamed of ourselves as a race? Are we not ashamed of ourselves being killed here and there? Even the list of the rich people, Yorubas, are even deporting you and they are boasting about it. Yet you are not ashamed of yourself. You feel free to open your mouth and say that you are an Igbo person. When you don't have a land, when you don't have a home, you don't even have a place to go to. What is wrong with us? And I'm telling you, men, if you people fail to do your responsibility by protecting us and our children, like I do tell my husband, the fight will start in your house. I will first of all take you before I go outside. Because like I said, and I will repeat, hence you people don't want to do anything. Get ready to buy for your women, for your wives. So that when you hide there, the enemies will not see you. I don't know if you are waiting for us to go and protect you. I don't know if you are waiting for the women or your little children to protect your life. What are we doing? What is all this nonsense? I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed of you men. And I don't want to call you men. So you should better do something. You people are annoying us. You people are annoying us. Look at how our children, all these people that are being killed, are born by a woman like me. And you people are just people quiet, parading yourself here and there. I have not called this radio station for a while because every time I call, I find myself being so annoyed. But I cannot hold myself back. What is all this nonsense all about? Please, you should do something, because if all women will be like me, the fight will definitely start from your home. I will first of all take you down, then I will go and meet the enemies. First, you first to do your responsibility, because I don't even know who I'm fighting for.
Thank you, my dear sister. You've said it all. Thank you very much. Whenever you speak, we get shivers run down our spine. We are humbled to have people like you in this struggle. It is a pleasure. It is an honor. And people like you give us hope. Sometimes we want to give up on our people. But when we know that you exist, the likes of Rita Nibogo is there, our sister Maureen Ezechukwu is there, we think about these wonderful women. We say no to ourselves that we must continue this very battle. Because, let me tell you one thing, my dear sister, that people don't know. Do you know it is you women that will save us? Because never in the history of our people have the men risen up.
They should make that history happen. They are not cowards. Our men are not cowards. Why are they behaving like one?
You ask them. I don't know. I've been asking God why our people. Let's stay on the line. Let's read out what is happening. What you said. Let us give them a taste of the news that is coming from the zoo called Nigeria, where the people are. When this man was writing this letter, he was not writing this letter for any other reason. When he said they want to kill us, please help, he is not begging Nigeria. He's talking to you and me. He is begging us to come and help him. That is what he's asking for. These are Hanese people in Kanu. This is what they have to say. I hereby write to inform you of the strange phone calls and threats, text messages I received from unknown persons since Thursday the 1st. A text message was sent into my GSM line saying, very soon your chapter will close if you don't run. These are people in their own country. They are telling them if they don't run, their chapter will close. In their own country, and you keep quiet. And you want to be part of one Nigeria. This is Radio Biafra. Give us your name and where you are. The call on Skype. Your name and where you are.
It's me, Amaka.
Yes, Amaka. Where are you calling from? Hello, Amaka. You're cutting out. Can you hear me? No. We'll try and get her back on the line. Uche Mefo is still with us. Please, Uche, what do you have to say whilst you try to recover the call placed by our dear sister? Amaka? Yeah, sorry, Uche, I can't, Uche, I can't hear you. I cannot hear you, please. I can't hear you. Go ahead again, please.
Yeah, are you hearing me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Yes, I was saying that it is very unfortunate and shameful that our people cannot buy a transmitter for the defense of our own rights. Our rights that are being trampled on in the contraption called Nigeria every minute, every day. That our people can afford to browse the internet, they can afford to give you one bottle of beer in a bar, they can afford to do all sorts of things. But when you talk about making contribution towards a process that will lead to the emancipation of our collective selves, people will begin to suspect you that you are there to eat the money or something like that. But we have proved without time without numbers that Radio Biafra is as white as snow. There is nothing hidden. That is why we debate openly on air. Nothing is censored. So, but for the sake of the millions of Biafrans, heroes and heroines who gave their life, who paid the ultimate price during the war, Biafra-Nigeria war, and those who are still being massacred today, we cannot relent. I am very much upset that we went as far as announcing the figures on air. If you leave me in my own unique way, I will say, don't announce anything. If they want to contribute, let them contribute. If they don't want, let us remain the way we are. But one promise is this: Radio Biafra cannot go under anymore. Radio Biafra cannot be corrupted anymore. The experimentation we did in 2009 was a mistake because we entered into a wrong hand. But this time around, there is no going back.
We can't close anymore, can we?
Yes, there is no begging. There is no begging because Biafra belongs to all of us. Biafra is for all of us. Nobody has more share than the other. So we cannot, some people have suggested that you go and get loan. We are not going to get loan. The funding for Radio Biafra must come from Biafrans. Our march for emancipation, for restoration of Biafra must come from our sweat. This is how it is done all over the world. In the history of liberation struggle has always been the people's turn. It has belonged to the people. Our own cannot be different. Our selfishness is what is blinding us. Greediness. Our too much, I don't know. We are not here to massage anybody's ego. I am saying it in all sincerity and in all seriousness. I will suggest that we stop announcing anything on air. Anybody that wants to die, let them go and die. If you don't want to contribute, don't contribute. This is not how it is done. Even the biggest charities all over the world don't publish their account on air. People say we should publish account on air so that it will be scoring. People will be looking at it so that they will be gingered to do more. Our people are not like that. The Igbos are not like that. Biafrans are not like that. We need to be whipped like animals for us to wake up and do the right thing. A lot of things have happened to us. the worst has happened. This issue is nothing. It's nothing anymore. We are not going to relent. I will advise the Radio Biafra editorial board to look into this. We are not going to continue to publish our accounts to the whole world. It is not how it is done. More so, this is what we are doing is more delicate, more confidential, more serious, because we are not here to do social club or to do social donations. This is not BIAFRA. This is not community meetings. This is a liberation movement. Just as somebody said before, the only difference between you and a broadcaster is that you are a freedom fighter with a microphone. So this is not a town's meeting. Everybody should get this. It should sink in our consciousness that Radio Biafra is not a community meeting kind of organization. We are not a social organization as such. This is a liberation movement for emancipation of a race that has been deranged. We need multiple injection of anything you can think of on earth for us to wake up. We are in coma. We have lost our consciousness. We need dynamite for us to wake up. This is my contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and I accept what you're saying. We have people writing, Carol, is that correct that we shouldn't, that this is so shameful, we shouldn't be announcing it on the air? Is that what you're getting as well? I think our dear brother who started this whole thing, the man who made it possible, not that he went to Al Jazeera, but he kickstarted this whole thing of writing to media houses. His name is Elisha Obike Michael, if I'm not mistaken. He's also writing again to say that it is so shameful that we shouldn't announce such things. That's why we didn't want to announce it before. I say, you must say, you must say. We've announced it now. And some people, I don't know. Anyway, yes, Carol, go ahead.
Yes, I agree with Uche on every word that he said. He spoke very profoundly that we are trying to emancipate a people, and this is very sensitive issues. My heart is heavy tonight, actually, listening to everything about the transmit and the fact that we've had to declare everything because the people ask and you've done what they've said. But my heart is heavy on that. However, the lady that rang in, she's inspired my faith in the women that are going to step forward, the women warriors like her and Rita and myself and the others, because I think at the end of the day it's going to be us fighting hand in hand at the end of this, at the end front of enemy lines, because nobody out there has invented earwax removal for all these people out there. If a scientist out there can invent that for me, because these people need to listen up, because we're going to have to do this little bit by little bit. We have been offered by politicians and people in power to fund this, but it can't be done this way. It has to be done God's way, and it has to be done from everybody uniting a little bit, as it's a people's station. We're not going to be owned by anybody. It has to be funded by everybody, and this is the way it has to be, because otherwise you won't be emancipated, you'll still be owned, and we are not going to be corrupted, and we are not going anywhere. Alright, and except I have to say goodnight because I have to go back to my family, but I'll be with you again, and I'm always here. Okay, good night, everyone.
Thank you very much. Good night. Thank you very, very much, Carol, for that. We still have the company of HMFO. We have people calling Radio Biafra. We may have to run this up until 10 p.m. tonight. Please give us your name and where you are. This is Radio Biafra. Your name and where you are.
Yeah, hello. Is this Radio Biafra?
This is Radio Biafra broadcasting from London. Yes.
Oh, okay, hold on. Speak to my boss, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, hello?
Hello, this is Radio Biafra. Give us your name and where you are.
Yes, my name is Anthony Nnamdi Kanu. I'm calling from Bombay.
From India. Bombay is in India. Yes, please go ahead. This is Radio Biafra. The world is listening to your voice.
Okay. Please, before I proceed, I would like to ask some few questions, because my friend has been telling me about the Radio Biafra, okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, please, I want to, find out how many states, that are in this Biafra.
How many states in this Biafra is Lower Benue, Enugu,
yes,
Listen. I'll start again so people understand.
Okay.
Not the whole of Benue State. I said Lower Benue, which means Idoma land. I said Enugu, Anambra, Ebonyi, Abia, Imo, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Delta, Bayelsa.
Okay. What I'm asking this question is this. I have a friend, I've been telling them, about this Biafra thing, Now they are telling me, that they are not part of Biafra state, They are not part of us.
Who said that?
I mean the Delta people like Asaba.
Who told you that Asaba? Do you know who Achuzie is? Ered.
I told them, listen to me clearly, I told them that they are among us during the war. They said no, they are liberated, even some River State people. Like before the war, all this rumor, crossing rumors, it is called Omomasi and stuff like that. They just changed it. So they said no. And I'm sorry, even Calabar people.
You see, let me answer you this way.
Yeah.
I will tell you the problem with the people from Ikwere. I will tell you what their problem is. Their problem is abandoned property. The reason why they don't want Biafra is because they think they will revenge for the properties they stole. That is all. That is why. So if you go to Mile 3, Mile 2, Mile 1, all the properties that they inherited, courtesy of Ken Sarawiwa and David Mark, came as a result of abandoned property. The reason listen, the reason why Nigeria allowed abandoned property is so they can divide us. They know that if we get Port Harcourt, that Biafra is a viable entity. They know that very well. So what they did was Port Harcourt was the only place in the whole country they allowed our properties to be abandoned. They said they gave our properties to Ikwere people to say you can take the properties belonging to your brother. But let me tell you something. I don't know if you have heard of Uche or Kuku before. These are the people that opened the Biafra house with Ujuku many years ago. The Ikwere people are with us. We will even build more houses. Let me also tell you, anybody from Asaba, when I tell people these things, when they go back, they find out it's the truth. You know that when Murtala Mohammed's army entered Asaba, when they started coming, after we started to retreat from Ore, this is what people don't understand. So we teach them here at Radio Biafra. When our army got to Ore, when there was sabotage and all the rest, all the nonsense that came with it, they asked that army to pull back. Aburi and all the rest, all that nonsense. They asked our army to start retreating. No, the so-called peace that was meant to come, our people started to withdraw, and Nigerian army started to march behind them. And they were raping our women. The same thing. Listen very carefully. Because our girls are not in the villages. Had our girls been in the villages, these Hausa Fulani cattle rearers will rape them, get them pregnant, they will give birth to something that sounds Igbo, maybe even looks Igbo, but is Hausa. How can that person accept Biafra? Anybody from Delta State who says no to Biafra, the father is Hausa Fulani. Say, I said so. All of them, bar none. Anybody in this world, that is how you know people who are genuinely Igbo people. If you go into a meeting and you say to them that you want to be free from Nigeria, anybody who stands up and says, I don't want to be part of it, I prefer Nigeria, take the person's hair or get the blood from them. They are bombed.
Let me keep you one more thing. I've been hearing, all the time we are talking about Biafra, we keep on saying Igbo. Why this Igbo? But you mention Cross River, you mention River State, you mention Calabar and stuff like that, and even Delta. They are not our ethnic as in Igbo speaking, states, okay? They are not like that.
Language, let me finish, please. It's very, very important.
Because some people call, they will speak Igbo. I don't know if it is, anybody can speak any language, or mostly I mostly hear Igbo people speaking.
When did you start listening to Radio Biafra?
Not quite long. I must say the fact. Okay.
We also need to dispel this myth so our people understand. Because when we say something, you sit down, absorb what we're telling you. Cross River State, Akwa Ibom State, even to an extent River State, Delta is in the bag. They are more Biafran than you are. They are more united than you are. They are not in Lagos being deported. They are not in the north being bombed to bits. They are more formidable than you are. You are the person with the problem, not them. When you are ready for Biafra, they will come with you. You are the problem, not them. Effiong fought gallantly beside Ojukwu during the war. Ikotepmene was taken from the enemies. Ikotepmene is the only other place that was taken from the enemy as well as Owerri. Who made it possible? Are they not people from that part of the world? When people talk about this language problem, they don't speak Igbo, I say to them, because you are not educated. If you go to school the way some of us did, you will know that even in Israel, you have many languages. You have Hebrew, you have Yiddish, you have some bits of Aramaic. Even when Christ was on the earth, he spoke Aramaic. He didn't even speak the classical Hebrew. I don't know why our people are so besotted with this. You are from the same family. Go and ask anybody anywhere. All the way from Idoma. The same places that Islam did not touch, they are your people. Anywhere Islam did not go into, they are your people. Go and do your maths. Go and do your DNA testing. You find out what we're telling you is the correct thing. God will overcome all this nonsense and get us one.
I'm very happy for hearing from you, okay? Oh, I'm not saying I can chip in. This transmitter or whatever you say you're going to buy, okay? We have capable hands that can help us to get this.
What are those hands?
I mean, we have Igbo people have capable hands. Even all these states you mentioned, we have capable hands that can help us to get this.
As Uche Mefo said, we will not accept a one-off donation from one individual. This is a mass movement. It must be funded by the people. If you don't fund it, it means you don't want Biafra. If you are funding it, I've said this thing before. You people want us to go and get Biafra. Yes, we are prepared to do that. If you want us to start doing what Masop did, we print t-shirts, we write Biafra and start selling Oyoyo and Abo Oyoyo, only 2 naira, 5 naira. That nonsense cannot happen with Radio Biafra. Here we are focused on getting Biafra. If you cannot fund a transmitter, how can you fund us to set up an intelligence agency? How can you fund us to go and set up to embed agents into Hausa Fulani areas to know what they are planning against our people? How can we acquire materials to even defend you? How can we travel to UN to go and present a case there? How can we even be able to go to places and lobby? You have a lobbying. Lobbying, please, our people. Lobbying, which is to go and meet other countries and convince them that Biafra will not be a threat to the existence. We've not even scratched the surface. Only translate, and we are struggling. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, my dear brother. Thank you for calling. Thank you. Thank you very much. And do something about it. Let us go to Barrister Mezu, who is waiting very diligently, very patiently, waiting for us to come to him. He hasn't spoken very much today, which is rather the way things turned out. But please, Barrister, you're back with us. Be kind enough to once again tell us what you think of what you've heard so far, please.
Yeah, thanks, Direct. The reason why I had to call back so quickly is the last caller, who is not really convinced about those who are Biafrans and those who are Igbos. You did excellently to explain to him, just like you normally do to everybody that question on this particular issue. But what I want to add is, he should realize that once Igbo is mentioned in any context, it meant anybody from the Eastern region, including Calabar, Paibom, Delta, and Ikwere, and the people from Ogoni. Once you hear the name, the Igbos, it means everybody in Biafran land.
That is correct.
It's not Igbos in isolation. Igbos inclusively. That is what it is. So sometimes you say the Igbos are Biafra. It is kind of interchanging the words. But in reality, once that word Igbo is mentioned, it's very inclusive of everything in the East.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And thank you for that clarification. I agree with you in total, as they will say. Let us go and take this call. This is Radio Biafra. Please give us your name and where you are.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, your name and where you are, please.
This is Chibuzo Ojinaka calling from Ukraine, Kharkov City.
Yes, please go ahead.
Obinna biko mji Chineke na-ekele gị maka ọrụ ọnụ na-arụ. Ọ ihe mmasị that na Chineke wefụtara gị. Hello.
Yes, continue. Please talk to us. We can hear you on Skype, and so is the whole world. Turn your system down. Ignore your radio because there's a 3 seconds delay. It happens everywhere before my voice gets to you. But on Skype, it is in real time. Please talk to me via Skype. Go ahead.
Okay, Obinna, Afamobo Chibuzo Jindaka. I'm calling from Ukraine.
Yes, go ahead.
Because I'm very, very happy. Ọrụ Chukwu na-eje ga-arụ. Mụ anọnwe m na-akpọ gị that na iwe onye ndu, iwe onye ozi. Ọgụnwa onye Chukwu na-eyuzu, Chukwu abịa ma na-eyuzu ka o nwee ike ije kpọọ maga anyị ebe anyị na-achị ịganụ. Mana ihe m na-achị ịkọwa bụ biko anyị nwawo ndị Ukraine from Kharkov anyị na-achị meet in the capital Kyiv, with the capital of Ukraine, ndị Igbo nọ there. So anyị na ha na-achị nwee joint meeting ka anyị mụta anyị ga-esi nye aka iji gote the transmitter enidre. And another thing ihe m na-achị irute aka maka ndị si gị kpọọ afa ndị kwụrụ ụgwọ ma ndị na-akwụghị ụgwọ. It's quite unlawful. It's very, very unlawful. It's not good. You know, it's not good to mention the name of people who have funded the Radio Biafra to get the transmission, the transmitter that we needed. You know, so I mean, why I love this thing is you people are creating history, and I believe that Kharkov, Igbos in Kharkov will be part of that history. I believe in it, and I strongly know that our country, Biafra, will come to pass because Chukwu Abioma, his hand is upon us. He have made it possible that we are going to be the new Biafrans. And another thing there is that Mchiriku is all those people who said that they are the representative of Igbos in that zoo. You know, those people, I mean, is it not time for us to set apart and try to eliminate them? Because they are bringing the hands of the clock back. They are drawing us back. You know, they are drawing us back. So if it will be possible, we map out their names and tell them to choose the God that they are worshipping. Either they have to leave us, they don't have to be with us. Because all these people, they are dancing at the tunes of Hausa Fulani people. You know, they are just playing. They are just playing. Can you imagine that somebody in Kano State is begging for help? None of our governor from Igbo land have made any movement. You know, Obinna, I don't know if we want this revolution to come to pass the way we want it. I believe that the time is to first of all eliminate all those people who said that they are our governors, who said they are our senators, who said that they are ministers in the government. I believe that this is the thing that we have to do, because with all those cargoes over there, they cannot allow the youths to do the thing that we want to do, you know. So they will be fighting against us, you know. But one thing I know for sure is that your work and the job that you are doing with your crew, I mean, is very, very marvelous. Had it been that we have been started it immediately after the Second Republic, I think we should have get to the top, you know. I thank you people. More grace to your elbows. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. Please, we are very grateful. When people make promises to Radio Biafra, we shall hold them to it. Because of the very perilous position that we're in right now in relation or with regards to the acquisition of our transmitter, those of you in Spain that made promise, we are waiting. Those in Japan that promised us heaven and earth, where are you people? Those in India, Kedebu Nuno, where are you people? You come on air and you make promises and people think that we have billions. There is nothing. Because of the promises, the boasts you made on air, people think we have money all over the place. They don't know you have not redeemed your pledge. You have not done anything about it.
Yeah, Obinna, we have not done anything.
No, I'm on Nnamdi, unless it's Obinna. If you call me Obinna privately, I will accept. Okay.
Because I'm no problem. But, you know, the thing not there that now, honestly speaking, the way God is doing his own thing is very, very marvelous. Nnamdi cannot just believe it. In this Harkov city that we are living now, it's just about a year ago that we can be able to get our community coming together, Igbo community here. While that the oldest people who have been here for more than 21 years, and it's not quite long that the chiefs started their own. We are cooperating, we are putting hands together. We want to get everything, get every hands on deck. We want to carry everybody over that is an Igbo citizen, Biafra citizen that is in this country. We are in Russian land, so we are trying our possible best. You understand? We are trying our possible best to get our people. Even today we had a meeting, and the meeting, there was a progress in the meeting, and we are coming to the top. We are coming to the top. We are trying to do everything possible, you know, because the people who walks around is the people, who always think about our new country, our new future, our new hope, our new heaven. You get the point? So it's not that we are making a promises and just keep it on the air. No, we are coming. We are seriously coming, because here Igbo community is just a newborn baby. We are just trying to make everything possible so that everybody will be, and we have been spreading the news. Some people doubt us, some people don't believe us, but we showed them in the meeting today that is Radio Biafra. When they hear the national anthem of Biafra land, I mean, everybody amazed, you know. So, I know where we are going to. I know that we must surely be on top.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I am happy to hear that. I am happy to hear that. Please, if you make a pledge to Radio Biafra, try and on it. I'm very, very grateful for your call. Thank you very, very much. Live up to it. We are announcing, because you made your pledges publicly on this worldwide radio station. We are holding you to account publicly as well. Those of you in Spain, we are waiting. Those of you in India, we are waiting. You came on the air and announced boldly, without fear, that you will do something. Don't be like woodpecker. People say that Otropopo is woodpecker. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because the woodpecker I am used to seeing in England is a lot smaller than the real Otropopo. Otropopo, I cannot say this in English language. I can't say it in English, I have to say it in Igbo language, please. Otropopo so no ụbọchị ọgọ ya ga-anwụ, ụbọchị a ga-aga ebe ndị ọgọ ya, na a ga-eji ọnụ tutuo ọjị. Just like Oji Zokalo said, he will file a court case against Fashola. Our people come on air, kwuo okwu niile dị anya, na ha ga-eji ọnụ tutuo osisi ọjị. Nnụnụ onwe na na-akpọ ọtụrụkpọkpọ. Eru ụbọchị akpọrọ ọtụrụkpọkpọ na njem ebidogo. Ọtụrụkpọkpọ asị ahapịa n'etiti tere n'ọnụ. We don't want people to be like that. The woodpecker, let's use woodpecker, because woodpecker is something that pecks on the wood. Otropopo is a woodpecker in Igbo language, so maybe it could be the same. I'm not convinced though. The species may be different. I'm not too convinced. Maybe we have the more clever ones that did maybe animal husbandry or even zoology to tell us if woodpecker is the same as Otropopo. I have my doubt. When the time came, he said, so please, I developed a boil on my beak. That is not what we want. We want people, when you say something, you do it. That is how Radio Biafra built up its reputation. When we say we're going to do something, we do it. Not minding what it will take, not minding what it's going to cost. Let's take this call. This is Radio Biafra. Give us your name and where you are, please. Your name and where you are. Hello.
Nnamdi, thank you very much.
Thank you. At least
yes,
you called me
Nnamdi.
I'm not
hearing me.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm Nnamdi. Go ahead. And we are listening. Thank you very much. I love you anyway.
I've never called you Binna. I've never called you Binna.
Thank you.
I know your name very well.
Thank you.
Nnamdi, thank you so much. Yes, I'm Madakula Monini. I'm calling from Ukraine. So, hello?
Yes, we are listening. The whole world is listening to your voice. Please go ahead. We are listening. Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Good, I'm fine. First, I want to say something concerning Oji Zokano and the way he tried to slow down on his promises and all the things he said, how he would try to sue the governor of Lagos State and things like that. So, first of all, I want to make this thing very open to the people of Biafra today. This so-called Ojuzo Kanu, the former governor of Abia State, this man, I think people should be aware of this man's actions and behavior as long as Nigeria is concerned, as long as Biafra land, Igbo land is concerned. Do you know that this Ojuzo Kanu everybody is talking about, that has been his life, that has been his way of behavior? Ojuzo Kanu contributed to the problem we have in Imo State today. Ojuzo Kanu is a failure. It's a problem in Igbo land. It's a problem in Imo State. It's a problem in Abia State. An election was won by an Afghan man. An Afghan man. Everybody knows this. They robbed him that election. He was supposed to be the governor of Imo State. Ojuzo Kanu gave millions of naira to the former governor of Imo State who was about to leave, Udenwa, and they placed his own man, Hakim, for his own purposes. How can we rely on such people? How can we rely on these people's words? How can we use such people to represent the Igbo people or the Biafrans? Many people don't know the politics these people are playing. I repeat again, let the world hear this. I have proof. Ojuzo Kanu bought the election of Imo State. Abaso was supposed to be the governor of Imo State then. They robbed him that election. He gave millions of naira to Dengwa so that they would change the election and give it to Hakim. Hakim now became the governor of Imo State, but God delivered Imo State. Now look at this man again. From Abga, he has decamped to APC, or what do you call it? How can we rely on these people to buy us transformer? Anybody who is relying on such people are just having an ordinary dream, a dream that will never come true.
That is true.
So please, anybody who is dreaming of calling one man, I heard the man who called from Bombay, he said the Igbo people will have rich men. Yes, we have people who are rich, only rich to their own pockets.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you very much.
So please, let nobody dream of things like that.
Thank you very much.
They are rich because they are corrupt with Nigerians.
God bless
Look at Ojuzo Kanu. Do you know Ojuzo Kanu? All his life he has lived it in the north.
Don't tell me about him. I know him.
He collected a title they call Mengwa. They call Mengwa.
If you go to Radio Biafra website, you will see his picture in full regalia of his people. You will see it there. And to tell also those listening that this is Radio Biafra, if you sow the wind, you reap the whirlwind. The number of people asking us before to publish this account or make it public, they've been clamoring because they thought we have something to hide. But to tell you how transparent we are, as we have been on air, Obioma from the United States has donated money to Radio Biafra. We only say first names, we will not say last name. Obioma, we received your money. You gave us $47. $47 and no, you gave us $60. They took theirs. What is coming to us is $47.80, which is £30.03. On the air. This is tantamount to doing buying and selling on Radio Biafra. When the first thing Christ did was to drive away money changers, they want us to put money on Radio Biafra website. It's an abomination. We will not announce this thing again. Just to let you know that as we've been on air now, one payment has come in through PayPal from Obioma from the US to tell you that we are clean, very, very transparent. We have nothing to hide from anybody because we asked for nobody's help when we started Radio Biafra. This is Radio Biafra. Are you there? No, we have missed them. We have missed them. We have missed them. Give us your name and where you are, please. This is Radio Biafra. Hello? They are listening to Radio Biafra. They are calling us on Skype at the same time, not following what we are saying. There is a 3 seconds delay from us to you because of the distance That is how sound travels. It's not the speed of light, it's the speed of sound. This is Radio Biafra. Yes, go ahead and make it brief, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So that kind of know a little bit secret.
Secret of which is the secret you're talking about, the covering bad thing. We don't cover bad thing at Radio Biafra. If you do good, we praise you. If you do bad, we expose you. It's very simple. As the people that went to Al Jazeera and spoke to them, we are praising them. If you serve Biafra in truth and honesty, we praise you, we honor you. We bow down before you. If you come to England, we treat you like a queen. If you come to England, we treat you like a king. When Dozie Ikedife, the deputy chairman of the Council of Elders, was in England, we treated him like a lord that he is. Because we love men of integrity and honor. Your money is irrelevant. All we are saying, that's all we are saying. If we, all of us, contribute a little, we will get our transmitter, that's all. We cannot go to one individual to fund it. Dr. Uzokwe, the medical doctor, our brother here, that donated £1,000 to Radio Biafra, he said we should come to him if need be, so he can guarantee it. Any loan he can guarantee. And we said to him, no. Our brother, Dr. Moses Wigwe, who is a pharmacist in the U.S., Corpus Christi in Texas, said he will sell his house to buy us a transmitter. We told him, you cannot sell your house. It is impossible. We can't do that. Biafra doesn't belong to you. Biafra doesn't belong to Dr. Uzokwe. Biafra doesn't belong to the editorial board of Radio Biafra. Biafra does not belong to one person alone. We are fighting to redeem ourselves from the shame and humiliation of the death of over 3.5 million people. One person cannot carry that burden. You are not Jesus Christ. You can't carry it. All of us will bear the pain. So that if anything happens to the transmitter, it will happen to you. So if you see somebody going to destroy the transmitter, you say, no, my child, don't go near that transmitter. It will belong to you. It will be the gift of those of us in the diaspora to our people back home. That forever and ever, when they look at it, they say, our people bought us this when Boko Haram was killing us. In the next 200 years, they will go to school and learn and read about the history of the transmitter, the same way that you read about the formation of the state of Israel. The same way you go and you understand how Israel was formed, who did what and when. We are keeping all the names. All of you that contributed to the sustenance of Radio Biafra will be remembered for eternity. Because you are making our work possible. It is because of you people, that is why we are doing what we are doing. Without your help, we can't do anything. Of course, we know those who are not very consistent in terms of their support. We bless them to try and be consistent. But this is Radio Biafra, and the country is your country, please. Try and make it proud. Make your country proud. Let's take this call. This is Radio Biafra. Please, the caller on the phone, your name and where you are. Can you hear me, the caller on the phone? Have we lost him? We may have lost him. We may have lost him. Let's take this call. This is Radio Biafra. Give us your name and where you are, please.
Hi, Nande. This is Maureen from Canada. How are you today?
Very well. Thank you very much. I must apologize. We spoke earlier when I was at the bank transferring money to the transmitter company. I told you that when I was there. You called me when I was in the bank. Please go ahead. The world is listening. Go ahead.
Okay. This time is okay. Please, can you provide me the name and phone number of the lady that called you from Toronto? I was listening. I think her name is Ada or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I sent you a message on Skype. I don't know if you get that. I text you on Skype. If I can get that number, I will appreciate it. I just want to.
Okay, that is wonderful. Let us try and see If we can do, let me look out for your, I can't see. Yeah, I've seen your, let me see, I've seen your message. And in the next 3 minutes, you should have that number. 3 minutes exactly, you have the number from our sister.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Another thing I would like to is concerning what the issue that has been going on for a long time now about the transmitter modulation. I just want to know, like, you look at it this way, you look at it the other way too. I've been trying to balance the two. On what you're saying, you have a point. On what the people who made the request as well, I think they have a point. We should know our people and we should know how to get us. It's a shameful thing. The way you have said it, announce it for the whole world to know and to hear is good. I love it. I love it because one person, when people are calling and making, promises, I was thinking that this transmitter it's either we have paid for it in full or we are, working towards it because of the promises that come on air. But now you have said it, now you know that people are just coming on saying things that they cannot fulfill. Or maybe they are anticipating, not that they have it on hand, they are anticipating. You have a desire, but the people you are working with, they have a different agenda as well. Nobody knows whatever problem the other person is facing. So now we know that we don't have what we were thinking we have. On the other side, for security reasons, I also understand that. But on the same, I'm not saying that we should be publishing the names of the people, but from time to time, it's good to remind us, especially when people come on air to make promise. I would suggest that we take details of these people and let there be a follow-up on them. It's true, my brother, it's true. It's not, easy. No. When they come on air and make promise to the whole world, you're getting us. We believing that yes, we're getting there, only for them to drop the phone and go back to bed. That is not how to struggle for this. That is not freedom fighting. When you speak out, you have to act. I cannot go on air and make a promise that I cannot fulfill. It's nonsense. It's good that you say it. Don't take it in a bad faith, please. And don't, like the way you have been resounding it as if, something unbelievable thing people requested. No. So that, have a broader heart to welcome ideas, welcome suggestions, welcome advice, whatever anybody, because you're standing there, it is you people know, it is you we know, it is your voice people hear. And when you speak out, people digest it in different forms, in different ways. You don't know how it's translated in people's hearts. So just calm down. You have let it out. Let us all go in and digest it. Is this the way we are going to get this? Is it right? If it's not right, what do I do? Who do I meet? Who makes something ahead that I can follow up on? Who is that brother or that sister that said something that has done another person? Let me ask if that person has redeemed. And for a RadioBiafra to also follow up on them. We still have a long way to go. When we are talking here in transmitter, we still have a long way to go. But we have to strategize and, do things in such a way that when there is call again for people to make contribution, we know that yes, what I'm making contribution on, I know where it's going. My brother, so just take it like that. You're one of us, you're one of them, you belong there, you cannot run away from it. It's our identity. God bless you.
And you too, my dear sister. Thank you very much. My regards to your wonderful husband. Please greet Ndoka for me. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Let us go to Skype. This is Radio Biafra. We are running till 10 p.m. You are going to be our last caller. Please give us your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello, Nandi.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Rita Nobogu calling you from Lagos.
Yes, the great lady herself. Please go ahead. All the heavyweights are calling tonight. All the heavyweight women, they are calling tonight. We are grateful. Go ahead.
Yes, John Nnamdi, I really want to salute your courage. You have demonstrated it today that Radio Biafra is whiter than snow. I like what you did this night. I like the step that you have taken, and I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. And this is to show us that what people are saying they are capable of doing, not all of them are capable of doing it. Shall you understand? This reminds me of the call that the Mike Irania from Italy made sometime, and that was able to put those of our brothers and sisters there on their toes. Shall you understand?
Yes.
Thank God that you have said it all. Thank God that we know where we are today, and thank God that nobody will go home and start thinking that we have $20 million, we have 20 million pounds. Meanwhile, what we have is still not up to 14. Shall you understand? Yes. So I really appreciate you, and I salute your courage. You've demonstrated it, you say it, and you have lived up to it. May God bless you. May God bless you.
Thank you.
May God bless you.
Amen.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much, my dear sister. Thank you. This is your radio station for which posterity will remember us. If we keep Radio Biafra going, the world will remember us forever. If Radio Biafra messes up, the world will forget us very easily. And we can't afford to be forgotten. This is Radio Biafra. I said we'll have the last caller, but I'll make you the last caller. Please give us your name and where you are.
Well, my name is Chibike Idolia. I am Israel from Mandaloti.
Israel, wonderful people, great people in this work. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I want to think that I was speaking to Igbo. But waiting material that all those people that play good on air and go back. You know that every that now everything so in terms of that one, because I've been listening to this for a long time now, and I don't like to call because there's something like we are talking of transmitter, 50,000 pounds, which everyone that money is just nothing for those people I know. But you know that the people are supposed to do something that such opportunity they really have it to have such amount to do. Like I myself, when I was in Mason, when they any hotel maker, I don't have anything. I will be the first person or second person that will pay my own. So and I don't like we like today you have somebody pay how much for $5. For $5 you really wanted to do that. But the person tried because some people play and go back in the too. So that and on my own listen, I want to know whether that on the government also for that our place of what can I nuclear device.
Yes, it's working. Yes, it's working. Yes.
And we don't want
that is correct. Yes. It's Diamond Bank. We suggest people use Diamond Bank. Fidelity Bank is owned by P2B, and he killed our people. So we suggest you use Diamond Bank.
So, then I'm not paid for the transmitter.
Somebody paid from India. I think I announced it yesterday. We got it because he said it's via SMS. Once you pay money into an Urube account back home, we receive a text message. Somebody from India instructed people back home, and they paid 100,000 yesterday, and we got it. He said we shouldn't mention his name as usual. We didn't. There is Pastor Levi in Thailand pays, contributes to the running of Radio Biafra every month. He pays it into an Urube account back in Nigeria. So that is how it works. If you want to do that, you do it. It's quite simple. It's there.
Okay, thank you. That's what I want to know.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Thank you. And that is our last caller for the day. We thank all of you that have made it possible for Radio Biafra to be enjoyed by millions of people all over the world tonight. What you're doing is reverberating. We are transparent because we are whiter than white. We are transparent because we are incorruptible. We are transparent because we have nothing to hide. Please, that this is Radio Biafra. After we have gone, there will be nothing like Radio Biafra again. Before we came, there was nothing like Radio Biafra. It is unique because we believe in the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We cannot do anything else apart from worship God in truth and honesty, and that worshiping starts here on Radio Biafra. We thank all of you one after the other who has joined us this very evening, who have listened to us, but more importantly, the people you will speak to about Radio Biafra is even more important than we are. We want all of you to be evangelists. You know what happened. We asked you to do something, you did, and we were on Al Jazeera for 2 days. We asked you to do something else. We are looking to buy a transmitter. We want you to go out and tell people, even if you don't have the money to contribute, you must have something in you. Go out and tell other people. Tell them, my country, not Radio Biafra, my country, Biafra, wants to own a transmitter. They want to buy a transmitter that we may carry the news to our people who are being killed, who are being deported, who are being marginalized, impoverished every day, who are being sold as child slaves. Go to Radio Biafra website. If you finish reading the news, you will collapse. That is what is happening to our people. We are here to save them. You and the Radio Biafra editorial board will save our people who are dying. When our brother Idika, I used to castigate him a lot. When they're crying for help, they are still our people. You have to go and try and rescue them. We can't rescue them without our transmitter. Our transmitter is our arrowhead. With our transmitter, we will puncture the enemy lines. We beg you to do everything possible. If you see a transmitter somewhere, please go and get one for us. We will take it and refund everybody the money they have paid. We'll go back to the company and say, give us back our money. But please, it's very important. We are not joking. We are very serious. We want to get Biafra before 2015. If Nigeria makes it to 1st of October 2015, we are all useless. We don't want it to make it that far. We are not arrogant. We are not cocky. But what we are telling you is that we are doing what God asked us to do. On that note, we will ask the Almighty to please bless each and every one of you one after the other. But more importantly, we want God to bless Biafra. Remember, please, wherever you may be, that Biafra is our religion. Radio Biafra is where we worship. And Chukwu Abiyama is our God. Good night.